you know, we barely had like some bread or whatever. So there were times when Muhammad was not going to bed on a full stomach, like well fed. That's why no wonder, like in my opinion, like when you get offered meat by like that Jewish woman or something, you would take it, even if it's going to potentially poison you and kill you. Like festival, when you have some time to celebrate and there's actually meat in the equation, it makes sense. Um, but yeah, so I guess for me, like pork is just I'm working my way through it. But in terms of all the rules that Islam instilled, pork was not that big of a thing. But you're right. I try now and I order it on purpose to like to rewire my brain, because the only reason that I feel sick while I'm eating it is because everything I've been told as a child, that like pigs eat their own shit and they're so dirty. And I know all of this stuff is like, you know, pigs can be the cleanliest if they're farmed in the right way or if they're left free range and all of this stuff. But yeah, it just shows you Islam's conditioning.
Yep.
I did
Check this
want to
out.
just,
You
yeah,
you
go on.
love you love this before we move forward, because
Sure.
donkeys, I love donkeys. Okay, Muhammad loved donkeys. So check this out. You like it?
Yes. And there is a scientific thing that you eat pig and you behave like pig. You eat pig and you behave like pig. Eat pig and you behave like pig. And there is a scientific thing that you eat pig and you behave like pig. Eat pig and you behave like pig. Eat pig and you behave like pig.
Thank you, medical doctor. Clapping. By this logic, you eat donkey, you behave like donkey. We eat donkey, we behave like donkey. If we eat donkey, we behave like donkey. So here you go. This is the hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari 5407. Muhammad and his followers ate donkey, and they probably really loved the meat because Muhammad ate all the meat to the bones. Let's see. Narrated by Abu Qutaida. So is within this hadith, we will see that once upon a time, while he was sitting with the companions of the Prophet in a station on a road to Makkah, ahead of them, but the rest of them were, because during Ihram, you're not supposed to do the hunting of the animal. So this guy wasn't in Ihram. My companion saw what? You know, the problem with most of these people are they don't translate the things right. But anyhow, they want to hide. Onager or onagar, depending on how you actually read it. So onagar or onager means wild donkey. It means what? Wild donkeys. So they saw a wild donkey while I was busy mending my shoes. They did not inform me of onager, but they wished I would have seen it because they wanted to eat it, but they cannot do the hunting by themselves. So they wanted to make him see the donkey. Road,
Skipping forward. Skipping forward.
wounded. The horse chased
Skipping forward.
like raw meat eaters. They were good people. They cook it. Then I proceeded further and I cupped one of its foreleg, means the shoulder and the leg, the front leg of the wild donkey with me. When we met Allah's apostle, we asked him about that. He said, "Have you some of its meat with you?" I gave him the foreleg and he ate the meat till he stripped the bones of its flesh. Although he was in the state of ihram.
He was eating donkey till he stripped the bones from his meat.
Oh wow, that is some like
Muhammad,
Flintstones caveman, like, you know, Adam, like in Urdu with the when you get the boti and you properly like he's
yeah,
like a
that's onagar.
lion.
That's onagar. Check it out.
And
That's
Adam,
onagar.
can we take it? Oh yeah, it is. I've never heard that
Look,
word.
an animal of a race of the Asian wild ass, native to northern Iran. So an Asian donkey. That's how it looks like. That's a nice.
Oh my God, that's what Muhammad was
That's
chomping
donkey.
on, ladies and gents. That's literally what he was chomping on. So I guess that's technically very much halal. But Adam, just to take it one step further, am I frozen or are you frozen?
I'm here. I just paused the video.
Okay, I think maybe I'm frozen. But if you can still hear me, it's fine. Adam, doesn't he also say that like you shouldn't end your meal until like you lick his fingers or something? Or it's
I'll get them licked.
yeah. Oh yeah, like literally I always said like Mohammed came up with KFC's finger licking good ad before they ever did. Because what the hell is that? This is the Prophet talking.
Like you shouldn't finish your meat until he has licked him self or has given them somebody else to lick him for him, lick them for him. It's just what it is. This is the absolute cleanliness. So when you finish your food, lick your fingers or get them licked by somebody else if you don't want to lick.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And this is the guy that is the
Example for the mankind. I think Nuriyah will come back. She has been dropped out due to internet. But yeah, that's the example of mankind. The cleanliness. Lick once you finish your food, either lick your fingers or get them licked by somebody else. That's the reality of Muhammad, unfortunately. The donkey eater Muhammad. That's the reality of it. He was eating donkey left, right, and center, and then like, how can you call this guy a good guy? Like, oh, Islam. It says that uh, the cleanliness is half of the iman. It's half of faith. How is this half of your faith? When you lick the finger of somebody else, is this cleanliness? You call this cleanliness? Don't call this cleanliness. This is stupidity. And then again, that's what happens. That's the reality of it. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes internet goes down. Don't worry, don't worry. She'll be back. No worries. And I'm here with you guys. If you have a question, I'm here. But like, that's the reality of it. I wanted to talk about jihad, but unfortunately, we were not, unfortunately, maybe because this is what it meant to be, and we are going into so many topics. We are just touching so many topics, and that's perfectly fine. And she said that her computer crashed and she'll be back shortly, and that's perfectly fine. She'll be back softly, no worries, shortly. But that's the reality of it. No matter how you look at Islam, you'll find a cultish behavior in each and every aspect of it. No matter what aspect you pick it, you'll find it in each and every aspect of it. Don't and again my challenge to each and every Muslims in this world. Pick a topic. Pick a topic. Let me tell you, pick a topic and then pick your references for those topics. So the question is yours and the answer is yours. And I will give you the answer from this of the same question from the same references, and you will be obliterated. You'll be finished because the same sources will tell you something different. There is so much contradiction in Islam, whether it is Quran, Hadith, Tafsir, or whatsoever. You will never be able to stand upon your feet. You just simply cannot. It's impossible. You just simply cannot. That's the reality of it. And that's what we are showing here. So, where are the Muslims? Bring them. This video will be here for eternity, for as long as this channel will be here. Bring them. Ask Nuriyah to arrange a debate. I'll come up. 1 minute for you, 1 minute for me. We'll have a minute challenge. 1 minute versus 1 minute. That's how I do it. I don't want 20 minutes of blah 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 versus 20 minutes of blah blah blah. No, it will be 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. That's how I work. Can you beat me? Can you destroy me using your own sources? And I'm going to use your sources as an ex-Muslim. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to use your tafsir, your Quran, your Sirah, your everything that is written by you. And when Zakir Naik is saying, you eat pig, you behave like pig. So my simple question is, you eat donkey, will you behave like donkey? Absolutely. Welcome back, Nuriyah. Mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Adam, and thank you for covering for that. I don't know, my computer just overheated, and I'm telling you, everything is overheating today. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for bearing with me. So yeah, we were talking about just how finger licking good Islam. There we go. The hadith is right there. Listen, anything Adam and I are saying, and especially like I this whole channel was created for being intellectually honest. I won't say anything. Yes, sometimes I talk in hyperbole when I exaggerate a claim or something Muhammad did, but genuinely everything that I discuss can be factually referenced by their own sources. Like the same thing that Adam's talking about. Anything we're saying, you can reference yourself and do it before it gets too late, because they're changing their websites very, very quickly. So I also wanted to, so I don't know, I wanted to just, I'm sorry to the audience, because we're kind of just, in Daniel Hakikashu's words, gish galloping between topics. But I just want to gish gallop here because I need to make a video with Adam, or a little short about this, because as a Muslim girl becoming a Muslim woman, I was always taught that, I guess it is like the hadith that people attribute to saying how beautiful Islam was, where there was this woman that would constantly throw rubbish at Prophet Muhammad. And one day he stopped throwing rubbish at him. He was so concerned for her well-being that he went to check on her. And that's how amazing the character of the Prophet was. That embellished with other stories, like in the whole of Quraysh, he was known to be the wisest, the best adjudicator, the best judge, the fairest. So people would turn to him for, mediation and how to settle disputes, fed all of these lies. But one of the biggest lies as a girl and as a woman, you're told, and why I think it's very, very dark, and it feeds into this need for Islam to keep their women entrapped and to keep them essentially as baby-making machines to produce and reproduce for the ummah, essentially to, just be a walking uterus for Islam, basically. The caveat that you're told in Islam, because if you look at Islam and Islamic Jannat or heaven from a woman's perspective, and I would even ask this question since I was like, very young, that what is in it for women? Because you're always told about 72 virgins, even if there's 72 bloody raisins, I don't care. But there's 72 something for men. If it's the virgins, it's extremely dark. And we're talking about like a celestial brothel, right? Ordained by Allah. But what is in there for women? Like they try and again appease us by saying, oh, you have these like young, like this slave boy, like not slave boys, they don't say that. They say you've got these young boys who look like pearls who will be serving you. Like, hold on, I don't want young boys looking like pearls serving me, mate, number one. Number two, what kind of heaven is this? This is concocted by a mind that hasn't taken into account how human minds work. Not everybody desires this weird, sadistic, twisted afterlife. But one of the main things that keep you entrapped with is saying, first of all, if you get married, and I'm not sure how Islamic this is, Adam, so I'd like your opinion on it, but in Pakistani culture, I was told that by getting married, you complete half your deen. So by getting married, you complete half your religion, number one, for a woman. Number two, if heaven is at your mother's feet. So you should respect your mother, because the Prophet, when asked, like, who do you love and respect? He answered, my mother. Asked again, he answered his mother. Asked again, he answered his mother. 3 times again, the number 3 comes up. But 3 times he answered mother. On the 4th time, he said his father. So apparently in Islam, when you become a mother, you are given some next level pedestal. Your feet are the portal to Jannah. But I just posed this question to Adam backstage as well, because like, that's not the world anymore. We're not living in 7th century, like Qurayshi Arabia. Okay, we're living in the modern day. There's many women who can't have children, number one. So there's women who are childless by choice, and there's women who are childless by virtue of whatever they're suffering. Okay, so they can't have children. Now there's Muslim women who fall into that category a lot. So personally for me, I just don't feel like I want kids right now, and I don't think I would ever meet a man that would change my mind on that. Maybe in the future it could happen. But let's say if I was to be Muslim and I didn't feel like having kids, there's nothing in Islam for me. And the closest thing that I can hold on to is Islam gives credence to my mother. But then Adam covered this really well in one of his Urdu streams. If your mother herself, just like Prophet Muhammad's mother was not Muslim, technically, and she did not, he could not even intercede for her. There was an instance where Prophet Muhammad wanted to go to like her grave and try and intercede on her behalf, or somebody wanted to go to their mother's grave, and Prophet Muhammad said no, it's impossible, they're doomed essentially to hell. So if your mother goes against Allah, then even her prime privilege in Islam is kind of stripped away. So technically, from a woman's perspective, minus, we're not even going into this, me and Adam will do a stream on sex slavery and four wives and custody of children going to men according to Sharia and all of that nonsense, halala, misyar, mutta, blah, blah, blah. But from a normal woman's perspective, a Muslim woman who doesn't have to deal with all of that, this is still pretty shit. Adam, would you not say?
You actually brought, yes, I will say that, yes, but at the end of the day, you just brought up like tens of points in
I know, I'm
one question.
sorry.
Let me just put it this way. So first of all, if you read Quran chapter number 9, verse number 23, it says, "O you who have believed, do not take your fathers and your brothers and anybody as your friends, if they have preferred disbelief over belief." So imagine if your mother is a non-Muslimah, that's like F her. That's it. She's gone. She's gone out of the. She's done. She's finished. And like, what's there for you? Like, you cannot even make her friends. What's the friend for? Number one. Point number two. You said if you don't want to have babies in Islam, you can't even adopt. Muhammad married
Yes,
his
exactly.
own adopted son's wife. Let me tell you another thing. In Islam, you can adopt a baby when she is 3 years old. Okay,
Yes.
and then you bring her up to 14. Let's put it this way. Nice way. And now she's 14. She has the beauty of a woman. Let me just put it this way and make it PG rating. She has the
Thank you,
beauty
Adam.
of a she has the beauty of a lady. You can actually marry her. You can actually marry her. You know that.
Yeah, this is sick. I'm sorry. I'm lost for words here, but this is sick.
It is disgusting, right? Quran chapter number 4, verse number 23. Let's just read that for the audience. 423. Okay, hold on. Let me just open it for you. Let's read it together. And it
Thank
says,
you. And just a trigger warning to anybody that's quite, that this is a distressing topic. So just, yeah, if you're listening and you've been affected by any of this, or you will be, this is a good time to mute the conversation. But yeah, go on, Adam.
okay, and you gotta show my screen. This is Quran chapter 4, verse number 23. And your stepdaughters under your guardianship, born of your wife, unto whom you have gone in. So this is hurmat alaikum. This is the hurmat. If you have inserted in your wife, then your stepdaughter is not somebody that you can marry. But if you adopt a baby whose mother you do not know and you have not gone into, that's what Quran verse is saying. Whom you have not gone in means you have not inserted your meat into her mother.
Essentially, yeah,
If you
you
have,
have not sexually penetrated, and not to be crude,
I
but that's essentially what it means. Yes.
thank you so much. I wanted to be PG-13.
No,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
very
You're
much.
doing amazing.
So if you have not penetrated the mother of your adopted daughter, your stepdaughter, if you have not penetrated your stepdaughter mother, then you can marry her. Not a problem. So you adopt a baby, 3 years old baby girl, baby child, at the age of 12 or 13 or 14, when the beauty of the woman is evident and you lust for her, you can actually marry her. And in 2018, Iran actually gave a fatwa on this, based on this verse, that yes, you can marry your adopted daughter. And the whole Sunni sect actually started shouting. But then the whole shouting competition went down the drain. Why? Because they said, come on, are you idiot? There's no adoption in Islam. It's right here in Quran chapter number 4, verse number 23. It's right here. What are you telling me? And the whole shebang is gone out of the drain. And that's the reality of it. And I am not even giving you hadith. This is not hadith. This is Quran. Muhammad married his own adopted daughter's wife. And that is the only marriage that was done in heaven by Allah. Because this marriage was not done on this world. This marriage was done in heaven by Allah Himself. Even there are multiple hadiths where Aisha and Zainab had an argument. And Zainab won the argument by saying, hey Aisha, your marriage was done on this earth. My marriage was done in the heaven. The only marriage that has been done in the Quran by Allah is the marriage of Zainab with Muhammad, who was the wife of Muhammad's adopted son, who is called Zaid bin Muhammad. And once Muhammad lusted on her, that this guy was called Zaid bin Harith. Before that, he was called Zaid bin Muhammad. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. What's the value of a woman? Quran clearly mentioned that you can marry a child at any age. We have to do another live stream on women's right in Islam.
Yeah, definitely. And Adam, it's not like we're saying this as ex-Muslims. I mean, people like Muhammad Hijab have come out and said there is no lower age limit to
Absolutely.
marriage in the Quran, right? Even Muslims like him are admitting it, that with the Quran alone, there is no lower limit. You could marry a newborn off. And this is where it becomes problematic. Like Adam made that point to say what he's showing you right now is not even the hadith. Like, you know, earlier we were talking about the hadith. There are people who, like Adam himself in his own journey, disregarded the hadith at one point and said, no, this is all crap. People in my own family have done that. It's just easier to bury your head in the sand, like chuck all the hadith away, only contend with the Quran. Then you've got your own set of problems. That's why I asked Adam, like, it's not very hypocritical to get rid of praying 5 times a day, because when you just focus on the Quran, Islam changes. It really does. But when the Quran itself has things like this that are so problematic, I mean, it's so vague in all of these aspects, like this verse that Adam just showed you. On top of that, like the way it says why modesty culture should be enforced on Muslim women so that they're not molested and harassed. So basically, non-Muslim women are okay for you to like harass and stuff. And like the concept of if you fear disobedience from, you know, the Surah Nisa, the exact thing that happened to me, the Sharia, sorry to say Sharia law, it's redundant, but the Sharia edict, whatever that was put on me, comes directly from the Quran about if you fear disobedience. Because as Adam was saying earlier, when we're causing corruption in the land, what does corruption or mischief mean? It could mean so much. So when they put this law on me, which says if you fear disobedience, what does disobedience mean? That surah in the Quran, it gives anything, because the man just has to fear disobedience. So I just don't understand. There are some women who have tried to rewrite the Quran into a feminist way. Again, we'll do this in our full-on stream about women. But yeah, Adam, do you see what I mean? Like if the Quran itself is this problematic, there is only so long that you can hold on to this before you think this is absolute BS as well, right? Like, look at that. And look at the brackets. Oh my God, this is like one of the few, but so yeah, sorry, go on.
Now this is the verse that you were mentioning. Now it says yudnaina alayhinna min jalabihinna. So if you check this out in Arabic, it says azwajikum banatikum nisal mu'minina yudnaina alayhinna min jalabihinna. Cover from the over your head. So it is talking about the shuttlecock burqa. The verse of the Quran is saying
the Afghan burqa currently. Yes, yeah.
Exactly, to draw alayhinna over themselves. How do you over themselves unless it is the shuttlecock burqa?
Unless you're doing that, yeah,
Min
true. Very good point.
Of your outer garment, and that is the tafsir of every single scholar of Islam, so that they are not being abused. So who abused them? It is Umar.
Omar
Umar
and his sexual
shouted
raids
at
at night.
Sauda.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, he's
Exactly.
conducting sexual raids every single night, and he was realizing that, oh shit, these Muslim women are getting caught up. Not just Muslim women, the Prophet's wife, she's going to answer the call of nature, and she's getting caught up in my raid. I just realized who she was because she's so tall and she had a distinguishing feature about her. Otherwise, what if I abused her? What if I raped her? What if I molested her? Because that's what he was doing to all of the non-Muslim women who were not covered. This was the whole reason to bring out down hijab. So there is a clear apartheid between Muslim women and non-Muslim women.
Absolutely. So abused by who? Abused by Muslimin, not by a non-Muslim. Muslims are the filthy ones. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not being racist here. It's I'm talking what the Quran is saying, what the Tafsir is saying. Tell me that I'm wrong. Prove me that I'm wrong. Who abused the wife of Muhammad? A non-Muslim? No. Umar. Umar bin al-Khattab, to whom Muhammad said that if there was a prophet after me, it would be Umar bin Khattab. That guy abused the wife of Muhammad.
And
That is
he's
why
also
Quran chapter number
this,
33, verse number
yeah,
59 came into being.
yeah, Tusha. And he's also the same prophet who said, if I was to order anybody to bow down to anybody but Allah, it would be wives to bow down to their husbands. And if you think about why Muhammad agreed with Umar for why the hijab should come down or whatever, be a freaking revelation to him, was because of the fact that um, Omar probably had seen Soda and was in a compromised situation, and Muhammad was hella embarrassed. He was embarrassed that this happened to one of his own, somebody from his own personal family. And so now it becomes an issue, and now it's time to say, oh, this is from God. And they don't even hide this. Like, I'm sure Adam knows this. Oh, you definitely know. But I'm sure people who have watched my previous videos on my when I say that the red flags in the Quran, for me, when I was reading into the Quran to try and hold on to Islam, one of the biggest things was, why does Umar ibn Khattab's voice or words or opinion fall into it verbatim as Allah's? And so that's in my video of the 3 red flags of the Quran. But the fact that the hadith like actually confirms that Umar is boasting and saying, my Lord listened to me on 3 occasions, and that was one of them. Hijab was one of them. You think, wow, Allah is really either in love with Umar or swayed by him, or
And
this
the
is all fake. And it was. Yeah,
and the
sorry, go
changing
on.
of Qibla and Ihsan. Listen,
3
my
things,
friend.
yeah, changing of the place
Hakikachu
of
is a
worship.
stupid idiot. Hakikachu is a stupid idiot, Mr. Ehsan, and the moderators are going away. This guy is spamming. Hakikachu is a stupid idiot, and you want to come up live? Let me know if you have the guts, and let's have a talk. Let's see what Hakikachu did. And by the way, your Hakikachu, I like Hakikachu. You know why I like Hakikachu? He exposes the true Islam.
Real Islam, yes.
So I like him. He did not humbled Nuriyah. He actually exposed Islam. You stupid dumb. You need to go and watch the video so that you would know that he exposed Islam absolutely to the core. That's the reality of it. And by the way, where are the moderators? Why this guy is spamming so bad and no moderator has timed him out? Thank
Oh,
you.
I think, yeah, no, I just did, but
Oh,
don't worry. I
finally.
hopefully mods, if you're there, please. I think Nuri's in the house. Yeah, Nuri and a couple of others. Please just take care of the chat if you see somebody behaving like that. Thank you. Oh gosh, no, he's getting hit back with a lot of. He's getting hit back with the same energy, Adam. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's not descend into civil war in the comments. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep it better than Hakikachu would like it to be kept. How about that?
So, by the way, let's do a follow up on this one because
Yes.
obviously we haven't went into jihad and it's been almost
Yes.
over 3 hours. For the
Yeah.
Western world, this is like a lifetime of a stream. I know
Absolutely.
how English viewers works on, but
So what do you want to do, Adam? Do you want to just do you want to do like half an hour of jihad and then we wrap up? What do you say?
no, jihad. If I open jihad, it will not be half an hour.
Okay, so should we
It will
just
be
super
at least
chat and
two
free
two hours.
flow for the next?
Yes. So let me just tell you, jihad in Islam, except for the 3 verses in the Quran,
Thank you. Yeah.
none of the rest of the 123 verses will tell you anything about jihad bin nafs. None. There are only 3 out of 123. No other verse will give you any distinction about the jihad bin nafs.
Okay, Adam,
In the
I'm so sorry to
yes.
stop you, and I'm so sorry to our viewers,
Okay.
but this is too juicy. This is such a beautiful introduction. Let's save this for our actual topic of jihad because I want you to start with this, okay? Today we'll just finish like let's do 20, 30 more minutes if that's okay with you, and we'll just kind of free flow because this is too good. The woman stuff I have to say and the jihad stuff you have to say is too good. And we need to discuss the West. We need to discuss Tommy Robinson. We need to discuss Pakistan. We need to discuss a lot. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
See, they're saying even Yaron saying 3 hours stream. We didn't even notice. Thanks, guys, for being so understanding. Okay, so Adam, just throwing it out there since I've got you for like 20 more minutes. So let me give you a teeny bit of context, okay? A quick, I don't know how much you know of my story, but my quick upbringing was moderate to conservative Pakistani Muslim background, Sunni. I had no idea that beyond Sunni Islam sects exist such as they do in Pakistan. Like I was third generation British, right? So I had no idea about Deobandi, Barelvi, all of these kind of sects that exist, to the point where I actually asked my grandma, and I said to her, what do we belong to? And even she said to me, like, oh, don't worry, beta, that doesn't mean anything really. Like, we just, we believe in like all of that stuff. And she was just like, we go to this mosque, that's it. So in
Oh
Pakistan,
my
people would
God.
ask me like, what sect do you, what Sunni sect do you belong to? And I was like, I don't know, like general Sunni Islam. But so that was my upbringing. Then I moved to Saudi Arabia, saw Wahhabi Islam, and I was like, what the hell is this? And my parents were like, no, that's not ours. Don't worry. These Wahhabis are insane. And then 9/11 happened, and I kind of went towards Sufism, and I got more and more liberal as I was growing up and as I went to university. I still, don't get me wrong, Adam, I believed so deeply inside in Alamia, and I always say Alamia, in Allah and the Prophet, and to the point where like I would pray on the night of like Ascension, Laylatul Miraj, and the Laylatul Qadr, the night of power, where the Quran supposedly was descended onto earth and given to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All of these holidays were public holidays in the UAE where I lived, so I would take them very seriously anyway. But I was so indoctrinated and I believed it so much that on those holy nights, especially if I was going through like a personal crisis, I once actually had a dream of the Prophet himself, and it was so real. And like I remember telling my grandma, and she was like, oh my gosh, even people who pray 5 times a day don't get to see the Prophet, and you did. And I didn't even pray 5 times a day. But also, Adam, it's so funny because in my dream, like I saw all of the prophets that Islam considers, or they were all sitting on a long table. It was like Jesus was there, Moses was there, Abraham was there. Yeah. All of them. But Prophet Muhammad obviously stood out for me. But again, Islamic indoctrination. I had no idea how he looked, even though he was in my front garden of my house. To me, he just looked like Noor. I did not, even in my dream state, Adam, I didn't have the guts to look him in the eye. Like my eyes were down. I was doing the Muslim man hijab. Like my eyes were down. I wasn't looking at him and I could just see his Noor, and he was like the Noor of God to me. And this is how like brainwashed I was. So this is how much I believed in this stuff, just to give you context. Then I moved to Sufism, and I didn't know much about it except for, dude, all of this terrorism shit goes away, blah blah blah. God is love, love is God. You do the whirling dervish, you read some Rumi, you do zikr, you can listen to Qawwali. Life is good. You can maybe drink. Sufis drink. You have some beer. I didn't really want a beer. That's basically like a mentor. And again, this is where I didn't believe with what Sufis believe in, because for me, in Islam, your relationship was only directly between you and God. In our Sunni Islam, there was no room for intercession. Nobody. But Sufis give more discretion to like a teacher or a mentor of some kind, which I never really got behind. I just like reading their stuff. But then I actually came across one of Apostate Prophet's videos. He also had a Sufi background. When I was in the process of leaving Islam, and shout out to AP, you actually saved me from the Sufi angle, because I think in one of his videos, he mentioned how Sufis were the first ones when, let's say under a perfect Islamic caliphate or khalifa or khalifat, whichever language you speak, but in a perfect Islamic caliphate, they would, the Sufis would be some of the first orders to get and rally the jihadi army to go and fight against the infidels. And I was like, I knew it. I knew there would be even a dark aspect to Sufism. They can't just be dancing and twirling and meditating and getting high and drunk all day. It's too good for Islam. Like surely there's more to it. So that's what kind of really put me off, and I kind of dug deeper into that. But there are loads of Sufi sects across loads of different countries, and the African Sufism is different everywhere, and I find it intriguing, and I also find some of it really weird. But tell me, what are your thoughts on Sufism, and did you ever consider it before or on your way out of Islam or after leaving Islam?
There are two types of Sufis, so you need to understand that. In the early Islam, before the 12th century, Sufi word comes from the Suf, means the highest ranked, mean the rank which is beyond Mufti rank. The early Sufs were the absolutely clear destroyers for the sake of Allah. Allah says in the Quran, Jihad fi sabilillah, fight for the sake of Allah. Anybody who thinks jihad doesn't mean fight, we'll do a stream on that, don't worry. So now, with the later on, in the 13th century in Indo-Pak, a new Sufism erupted. That Sufism erupted because of the Hindus, and the singing and the dancing culture came into
This is
being.
sorry, you were talking about the south, the subcontinent in general, right? Like
Subcontinent,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, exactly. So those Sufis are very much pagans in the word of Quran.
Pagans in
Because
disguise, right? Take an Islamic flavor.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. So now the Turkish Sufis are fighters, martyrs, killers, the one who would die for. So now you talked about Prophet Sufi based on Turkish Sufis. They were the killers. They were the ones on the front rows. Now, then the Sufis
Damn.
that you think are the Sufis of the 14th century and the 15th century, which is a mixture of Hindus and Muslims too, and that are Sufis, Sufism, that ism. If you talk about the Sufism, then you are going to South India, rather the
Right.
South Asia of the Indo-Pak. That's separate. So now you have, and those Sufism, no Sunni Muslim accepts them as Muslims. They call them heretics.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so you have to you have to see the distinction between the Sufis and the Sufisms. Sufis are the highest ranking of killers. Sufism is something different. That's an
Okay.
Indo-Pak invention. Now,
Okay.
with that being said, I don't know what you were,
I was
but
honestly, Adam, even I don't know what I was. I was just happy to move away from, because Sunni Muslims were claiming to have done 9/11. So trust me when I say, like, I was walking around with a football shirt that just had N Khan at the back, but some of the bombers had the last name Khan. I was getting dirty looks walking around London, and I was like, dude, I do not want to be associated with these people. And so the only thing was to turn to again. I did not know leaving Islam was an option, right? So where do you turn? So I turned to Rumi Sufism, but you're right, absolutely some random Turkish form. And yeah, I had no idea, like you said, where the word originates from, what the ism meant, and how that just changed into something kind of little bit less intense for South Asia. But yeah, sorry, continue. You're right.
yeah, the original Sufis were the killers. They were the, in Japan, there is a specific army force who would just do anything for the country.
What, the samurais? Or no?
Yes, that they would
Okay.
die for them. The one who bombarded, uh, what's the port of America? Very famous, in the Pacific Ocean. Which one they bombarded? The Japan. After which they did the atomic bomb. So, what was that? I don't know. Harbor, yes, Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Yeah.
So the Japanese army, which was coming to Pearl Harbor, they knew that they will never be able to come back to Japan whatsoever. It's not possible. They were coming here with an intention that they will die. Those were the suicide squad. right? But they were suicide squad for their country. Sufis are the suicide squad of Islam in the early Islam. If you read the history for Islam,
Wow. That's an insane comparison, really. Okay.
that's it.
That's
That's the
crazy,
real Sufi.
Adam. Okay.
They
So
were
are you
the
telling me that the very, 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 very first, like, let's say, the very first breakaway from Islam of Sufis, I'm not saying Sufism just yet, Sufis were, let's say, in like what, genuine military leaders or military generals or
they
commanders
were
or
the absolute authority, power figure, martyr, ready to be martyred kind of people, that I will do anything for Allah kind
but
of
under
people.
the
That
Khalif's
was a
command?
that was like like if you look at it from the Britain point of view, who do you call sir? That is like the sir kind of a command. Like that was a
A
title kind
knight.
of a thing.
Yeah.
Knight, sir XYZ, right?
So are they
So
one level below the Khalifa?
yes, one level below,
Okay.
for the Khalifa, for the Ummah, for the Mufti Hans, they were even considered above the Muftis, because they are
Wow.
going to uphold everything. Because Quran talks about it, that there will always be some people who will not go in war, because they are the teachers, they are the Muftis, they are teachers, they won't go in war. Sufis are above them, they will go in war, they will be on the front face, they hold Allah on the topmost, they will die for Allah, they will die for Muhammad, they will die for Islam. They are the upholders of everything. That's what Sufis are. Sufism is a separate thing. You can't mix the two. You can't mix the two. I can't hear you if you're speaking.
Sorry, yes, I am. Sorry. If somebody made the argument to you that if, let's just take the subcontinent because that's a bit more where our backgrounds are, if minus Islam being spread by the sword, somebody told you, "Oh, Adam, there was also a strain of Islam that was spread through the subcontinent that was done very peacefully through music and qawwali and devotion and a more peaceful message of love." Would you buy that, or would you say, no, this was the Sufis in disguise to promote Sufism with an end to still have that domineering Islam?
Absolutely. I will actually buy this. Let's just buy this. Okay. Uh Islam was spread through Sufism. Number one. Let's just put it this way. One in one country, in X country. Let's just put an X country. Let's not give a country. In X country, Islam was spread by Sufism, which was the very yada yada yada, loving, lovey-dovey kind of Islam. Okay, done. But is it the real Islam? Did they actually quoted the verses of Quran? Let me give you some verses so that people will not say that. Let me give you the verses. Quran chapter number 29, verse number 69. Quran chapter number 2, verse number 218. Quran chapter number 8, verse number 72. Quran chapter number 8, verse number 74 to 75. Quran chapter number 3, verse number 142. Quran chapter number 60, verse number 1. Quran chapter number 4, verse number 95. Quran chapter number 47, verse number 31. Quran chapter number 22, verse number 77 to 78. Quran chapter 49, verse number 15. Quran chapter number 66, verse number 9. Quran chapter number 61, verse number 11. Quran chapter number 5, verse number 35. Quran chapter number 9, verse number 16, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 41, 42, 44, 43, 73, and so on and so forth. 81, 84, 86, 90, 91, 92, and so on. Mishkat Misabi 29, Nasai 29, Riyadus Salihin 1522, Tirmidhi 206 to 2616, and so many other verses of the war. For example, Quran chapter number 6, verse number 55, Quran chapter number 2, verse number 87, 8, 88, 3, 89, 33, 90, 4, 92, 57, 94, 47, 95, 59, 101, 22, 103, 48, 111, 5, 112, and 913, and so on and so forth. I can give
Adam.
you verses after verses, 123 verses in Quran with context. The Muslims who says I speak without context, I'll tell you, I'll give you context, I'll give you tafsir, I'll give you hadiths, everything. Prove me Islam is to be spread without force. Impossible. Nothing in Quran that claims that you can spread Islam without force. Verses after verses, with the context, references. Do whatever you want to do. I challenge you. 120 verses, use any context. There you go.
Jeez, wow. People are saying Adam's like Zakir Naik or this guy is a walking encyclopedia. What did I tell you? I have no idea if he's just read that off the screen or where that has come from. That's his memory. But as Zahra was saying, impeccable memory and knowledge. Adam, that was crazy. But
I've
yeah,
done
okay,
3
there we go.
online debates on Indian news channel about jihad. In News Nation, India, and in Sudarshan TV in India. 3 debates with the Islamic scholars of India. This is the reality. This is Quran. I'm not telling you anything that, and context, you cry about context. I told you already, except for the 3 verses of the Quran, chapter number 25, verse number 42, verse number 52, sorry, not 42. Chapter number 25, verse 52, chapter number 16, verse number 110, and chapter number 29, verse number 69. Except for
Oof.
these 3 verses in which the scholars doubt whether these are the jihad of sword or jihad of nafs, and these scholars are in disagreement. I'll prove it to you once we'll do the jihad stream.
Yeah.
Except for these 3, every single verse that I spoken about right now, they are all about jihad with sword. And I'm not even giving you the context of the verses where Muhammad was said, hey, you cannot have slaves until you have done massacre, like killings in the land. This is Islam, man. So if
Yeah.
Muhammad had slaves, it means he has done killings in the land, massacre in the land.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. And I mean, you see this time and time again throughout the scripture, and I'm sure we will definitely deep dive into this when we do the jihad stream for sure. But this is not uncommon to Islam, and I mean, I don't know. This for me, I always grappled with the fact, like I said, I was a Muslim, but something I guess deep down inside me, post 9 years old, never really was that Muslim because I was when I would hear about the concept of jihad and I would hear it from like the likes of Osama bin Laden, when my parents or somebody would try and pacify me and say, well, you're Sunni Muslim, but that's not jihad that we mean. Like, we're talking about, oh, inner struggle, jihad of the soul, like better yourself, improve yourself, and introspect. And I was like, but I I don't get like how is somebody like bin Laden taking the word jihad and I'm supposed to take it as like, oh, just meditate on your thoughts and be a better person, and Osama bin Laden is taking it as let's blow up the Twin Towers. Like, how are we both taking those two words to such different effects? So I never really bought into the jihad and nafs argument, and I think that's why it was easier for me to lean in towards Sufism, because I was so ignorant and naive about what real, sorry, not Sufism, you just educated me today, what Sufis were about. So I was so ignorant that I thought, yo, this is like some spiritual aspect. And I was clinging on to something esoteric about Islam, because there is nothing in mainstream Sunni Islam that I found to be remotely spiritual or esoteric or make you feel a sense of oneness or closeness or, and I'm saying this as an atheist, but if I wanted to feel these things, which I think are nice things that people feel, Islam offered me none of that. Absolutely none of that. The closest thing, because I had to hold on to Islam for dear life, because as I said, until I went to university and I met that guy outside of my Islamic law lecture who said I was once Muslim and I left Islam, and I looked at him and I said, are you crazy? Like, who leaves Islam? What's wrong with you? That's how much I did not know that you could leave Islam, and for good reason. You can't leave Islam, you should die. But that's how emboldened I was to be like, I don't want Wahhabi Islam, I don't want even Sunni Islam. I always thought Shia Islam. To be honest, I would love to do a stream about this one day, Zahra, if you ever want to share your story and your insights about Shia Islam, because from a Sunni perspective growing up, I always thought that Shia Islam sounded like a bit too wacky. Like I would just go with Sunni Islam. But having left Islam as an ex-Muslim, now I think if I was there during the Prophet's death, I would have sided with the Shia. So that's a different conversation. But yeah, in terms of my upbringing, it was really weird. And like jihad for me always went hand in hand with terrorism and actual jihad. And honestly, Adam, like I shared the story with my interview with Tommy Robinson. I don't want to go into it too much, but I mean, people from my own family, like one of my own uncles, went off to fight in Afghanistan because he was radicalized, and they were radicalizing them at university. So even for somebody like him, there was no concept of that jihad could mean jihad of your soul. It was always jihad means to fight. And yeah, people are in the chat saying Dr. Bill Warner, he's covered this very, very well. He's also covered the Crusades, he's covered political Islam, and he's covered jihad. And it really makes sense to you that, you know, even the Crusades were just a pushback without sidetracking from the stream. But yeah, jihad, we'll go into it for sure.
I would
Adam,
actually say Crusaders started far too late for far too few of them. They started
They
in
started
1040.
way too late, Adam. Like they started when they
Yes.
were literally going to threaten to get to like France. Come on, like what are you
Yeah.
doing at this point?
They started
Yeah,
way too late. Yeah, they
yeah.
started way too late. And they kept on doing this crusade for very little time, only 250 years. Like they and let me tell you, if the Pope of that time was not afraid or was not told by people that, hey, these people are going to overtake the church, the Pope, if the Pope would have supported them still, they would have overcome Islam. But that is the dark time of the church of England. Like literally, these these stupid, idiotic popes, son of guns, and let me just say that again. These son of guns, they did not supported those crusaders who were putting their lives in danger to finish this evil cult. If the Pope would have supported them, they would have finished it. And this is the reality of this fight. They started too late. And let me tell you another thing. The Pope Bishop did not attended the final. There were more than 30 consuls, and Pope did not attended the final council, and hence it was one on majority that you can start the crusades, and let's fix the Spain. And then the final Pope left them empty-handed, without kamak, without the support from the back. This is insanity. These people who were on the chair of the Pope were just serving their own self. And that is why this cult still is in this country, in this world. Otherwise, it could have been vanished. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, and again, people are saying thunderstorm, saying thank God for Poland at the gates of Vienna, and AAA saying Crusaders stopped way too early. It's interesting to think what the world could have been like, obviously, if they hadn't stopped there. And as Circuit's saying, they ventured into the deserts. Who knows what would have happened? But yes, in my opinion, I agree. I think they came far too close to Europe, and I think they already got their claws in too far and too late. For the Christians should have reacted a lot sooner, in my opinion. But anyway, here we are. Exactly, the Spanish Reconquista started, sorry, in 1492, but continued through to the mid 1500s. But if you look at the impact that like the Moors and like Islam had on Spain by then, it was already like very impactful. And again, if the pushback had been sooner, maybe Islam wouldn't be as emboldened as they were. I think they just thought that they could get away with it for so long because nobody was putting up a fight. And by the time it had to be like crusade after crusade to defeat them and keep them in check and guard the last bastions of Europe, if you will. But yeah, again, and this is perfect for our jihad stream when we cover this. Adam, I'm mindful of time, so I would like to let you go in the next 10 minutes, where we could just finish off the last kind of super chats and stuff that comes out from there. But is there anything you kind of want to say? This has just been a fun stream, by the way, getting to know you and dabbling in bits of Islam.
It was a good stream, yes, and we covered a lot of stuff. and let's do a few more, especially on the
Yeah.
jihad. And then there was a video in my Urdu channel called BITCH in the West versus BITCH in Islam.
Oh my God, I saw that, and I have to commend you because I think Adam pioneered something here, which was so. I mean, Adam, if you're the first person to say this, this needs to be like plastered onto t-shirts, mugs, everything. It needs to become merchandise. But Adam essentially said that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, because this was a long time ago. I think I saw this stream. You said that dogs in the West are treated
The
better
female
than
dogs. Female dogs.
female dogs in the West. I think it's genderless in the West. We treat all dogs the same. But yes, fair enough. Because it got the innuendo of the word bitch. So I said that on YouTube. Oops, sorry, YouTube. Anyway, female dogs in the West are treated better than Muslim women in Islamic countries.
Absolutely. That was the whole strain.
Mic drop, Adam.
Except
Mic drop.
except for the inheritance that is half of a brother. Except for that, every other location, the beach in the West, and I'm sorry to use this word, but this is a dictionary word. That is what a female of a dog is called. A bitch, in as in dictionary word bitch, in the West is treated far better than Muslima in Islam if you follow Quran, Hadith, Sunnah.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. This is what my whole channel is about. So when you say it like this, it really just vindicates everything that I'm saying and doing because you know the text, you know deep that you know probably the darkest stuff that even I'm like, you know what? I know enough to know I don't want anything to do with this, but the details that I not because the Western audience don't know about it, but Behish Ziver and things like that, like disgusting Islamic texts which are given as gifts to women in Pakistan to be a good wife. It is disgusting if I was to show you what's in there. So when Adam says this, like, please, if you are listening, like, this is not just me saying this on my channel as like some bitter woman from what Islam did to me. Adam and I don't know each other from Adam, excuse the pun, but like this is what we connect on. We've come to the same conclusion from delving into the same thing. So yeah, Adam, please tell them what you're saying.
No, I already said that because, like, if I expand this topic over here right now, that's a topic in itself, and it's gonna take another 2 to 3 hours very
But what would you
easily.
say, Adam? What would you say to a Muslim woman that
That
has questions
she's
about
in
Islam?
denial. She's in
Yeah.
denial. She's an idiot. And let me just tell her, every single Muslim who comes to my channel and say, "Hey, Islam give rights," I was like, "You are an idiot. You are half brain," because exactly what Muhammad said. You are in denial. Give me one sort. Oh, we have inheritance. Okay, Jews have inheritance. Christians have inheritance. Hindus have inheritance. What is the difference that you have? You have half. Okay, in Jews, let's go all the way to the old people, because you think Islam is old. Islam is very old. Let's go to the Moses. Did Moses come at least 3,000 years before Muhammad? Yes. Okay, done. In Islam, if you have only daughters, no son, then only 66% of the wealth of the father will go to the daughter. The rest will go to the men. Now, men of the other household means, for example, brothers and everyone else. Now, if you look at the Jewish Torah, what does this says? That if there is no men, the whole wealth will go to the daughters. Why? Why in Islam it changed? Why did it change? If the like, okay, if you look at, if you wanna talk about Torah, let's talk about Torah.
Adam, I'll tell you why it's changed. It's because in before Islamic times they used to bury their baby daughters alive, and so now
Who
just be
did?
happy that you
Okay,
get
so Khadija
inheritance.
was
Okay?
Khadija was a zombie. Was Khadija a
Yeah.
zombie?
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
Muhammad was actually
And
Muhammad.
Hind. Yeah.
Muhammad was a servant for Khadija. He was a servant of Khadija. Imagine if the women were so dogmatized back in those days. How come Muhammad working for Khadija? How come? What about
Absolutely.
Kurfa? What about the one who actually ate
Abs-
the kaleja of jigar kaleja
The
of
kidney. She ate.
Hamza?
This woman ate the woman. This woman. What was her name? Adam, who ate that?
Uh, yeah, I forgot the name right now. It's not in my
Eh,
brain.
Anyway, this woman from Islamic history actually ate the kidney. Kaleja's kidney, right? Or liver?
Liver,
Yeah, kidney.
liver,
Oh,
liver,
liver,
liver.
liver. Sorry, it's the liver of this other guy.
Hinda, Hinda,
Yeah,
Hinda, Hinda.
Hind. Yeah,
She actually hired a few slaves who would kill Hamza in the Battle of Uhud, so that and get her the liver so that she could eat it. Then Kurfa, she was pierced into two pieces.
yeah.
Why?
That
Because she
was
was the
horrific.
tribe. She was the tribe leader. Okay, no
Also,
worries.
I'm
When
sorry, it's
Muhammad
not normal how
conquered,
she. Sorry, Adam. I was just gonna say it's not normal how she was punished. By the way, her legs were tied to camels, and it was they were told to walk in opposite, like go in opposite directions. So she was snapped. She was snapped apart because Muhammad couldn't handle a little bit of banter that she was throwing his way by like casting doubts on his poetry and stuff. Like literally. Sorry, go on, Adam.
and
Sorry.
then let's move forward. Muhammad conquered the Makkah. When Muhammad conquered the Makkah, he asked to kill three specific children in teens or 20s. Why? Because they say something against Muhammad. They make poetry against Muhammad. This is in Siratul Nabi ibn Ishaq, and so on and so forth. Women had rights. Women had power. Women had authority. Muhammad destroyed all the authority. That's the reality of Islam. Somebody think their women, girls, if they are born, dude, that has been happening in every culture, everywhere. We are not talking about when we say people in the Quraysh they used to bury their daughters. That is not a generic statement. That is not a majority position. That is a position of minority of the minority. People are idiots. People are devils. People are Hitlers in every era. You do not take the minority of the minority position to make your verdict. You take the majority position to make your verdict. What is Islam doing? But once again, here, Nuriyah, do you know the woman who is buried alive and the woman who will bury alive, they are both going to go into hell?
Yeah,
So what's the
yeah,
purpose?
exactly. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. There's nothing. It's a dead end road for women. It's absolutely a dead end road. And
So
again, yeah. Sorry, go on, Adam.
yes, please. You're saying something.
No. I know. I was just going to say we're getting so passionate because we have so much to say. Well, in the women's stream as well, this will all come up. But did you want to say something on before we
Yeah, I'm
finish?
gonna show my screen. I'm gonna show my screen.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
So if there is no issue, there's no sin of the woman who is buried alive, why is she is in hell? Can you show my screen, please? The woman who
Absolutely.
buried alive her newborn girl and the girl who is buried alive, both will go to hell. So what's the sin of the girl who is buried alive? This is Daif Hadith, by the way.
Yeah, because Adam,
That's
doesn't
called
it come
Daif.
in the Quran where it says what was the sin of those uh I guess girls you buried alive or something like that?
Exactly, and that's what we are going to explore. And the
Yeah.
problem is I get passionate on this thing because and these are the things that I showed to my family, the females of my family. And I was like, seriously speaking? Really? Are you sure? Are you sure this guy was a prophet? Do you really want to believe this guy to be a prophet?
Yeah. And
What's
I'm
the
so sorry to
fault of
say
the girl who is buried alive? What is the fault?
exactly. Exactly.
And
And yeah,
then,
sorry, go on, go on.
sorry, that takes
No,
us
go
to
on.
another topic that every person that Allah created, Quran chapter number 6, verse number 178, Allah created either for hell or a heaven while they were in their father's loins. Imagine, you how do you translate that? That's a very bad translation. I don't want to do that.
It's just like
It's a
basically when you were in your
PG-13.
father's testes, because Islam has got embryology all
Thank
wrong.
you.
So the closest thing we can think of is, yeah, in your father's testes. When you were droplets of sperm, your fate was decided.
Imagine that. So because this girl was born in a mushrika home, Hence, she is going to go into hell anyways. So even if she has lived, what's the purpose? 70 years of her life here or 80 years of being living here, eventually she's going to go in hell anyways. So what's the purpose? And that
Exactly,
brings us to a
exactly.
different topic. What is going to happen to the children of the kuffar once they die? Children of the kuffar who has never reached the age of puberty or akal, what will be the fate of them? So there are multiple narrations. They will become those kids who's gonna serve the men in heaven. Okay, one verdict. Second verdict, they're gonna go in hell. Okay, third verdict, or Allah will going to take a test after they die. If they pass the test, they can go into heaven. If they don't pass the test, they're going to go in hell. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Like afterlife, there's another test in afterlife?
Yeah,
What
seriously.
are, are you kidding me?
Enough.
Then what is the hadith which says that every person is born on a fitrah of Islam and then their parents makes them Jews or Christian until he starts speaking? What will you do with this hadith? Everything in Islam is a contradictory hadith. You know how I was trained in these arguments? I was trained in these arguments because of my family. They were asked, 1 year, I received 1 year of debating training with my family before I came into YouTube. I had 1 year of debating training. So listen, there is nothing in Islam that you can prove. If you have more knowledge than my family, come up live. Yeah, that's all what I would say.
Mic drop, I would say. And like, I'm still shook that you managed to get your whole family out within a year. For me, that's the biggest takeaway from speaking to you today. I'm absolutely shook. Like that's magical. Like, I know that you've probably done that to thousands of people probably who listen to you and maybe you'll never even know about, but the fact that your own family are free from this cult, I'm going to keep calling it a cult. I don't care. I know it's morphed into something more, but honestly, Adam, like, hats off to you. And I'm struggling more with the liberal types here. So yeah, I'm just, I don't know what's gonna happen. But again, because it's kind of like a at the flip side, because they're not so religious and they don't really care or know you even, like, they have not even a clue of 1% of what me and you have like discussed on the screen today. They're never even going to know how to reenact it. Like the fact that I had to tell them that, by the way, your religion says that because I've left I should be killed. Like, do you agree with that? And poor guys, I just put it, I just said it to them randomly, and they looked at me and they were like, no, absolutely not. And I was like, oh, you're so much better than Muhammad and Allah and everything Islam says, but you don't even know it. So yeah, I'm really really glad that you had whatever skills you honed during that year, because I think you're putting them to the greater good now, because this needs to happen. But Adam, I'm gonna work through the last of the super chats if that's okay, and I'm gonna let you go because I actually promised you, and I feel so bad. And yes, it's the Brit in me, but I promised you 2 hours, and I've taken nearly 4 hours of your time. So my apologies to you and whoever's waiting for you after this stream. Okay?
No worries at all, and we can do good streams later on as well. And I just don't like to have solo stream on English channel to that long. If you would open the stream, I can sit with you for another 3 hours.
Oh
Considering
yeah,
a
yeah,
Muslim will
yeah.
come up.
No, absolutely. We can I would, let's just, this one I want to keep just with me and you, so we have like our facts and our data out there before it goes potentially into a fish market situation. But I'm definitely down. Like, we can do weekly open streams in English, and I absolutely love having some level of debate with Muslims from time to time. So yeah, we can definitely do that. And I know we'll get a certain Saeed Chacha. He'll come up in
No,
English, and
no.
he's
Sayed Chacha
hilarious.
is blocked. He is blocked in
Oh,
my
good, good,
StreamYard.
good.
And I
Oh
have
my
done
God.
that like 3 years ago with him. Now Sayed Chacha is blocked. There are like 5, 6 Muslims who are blocked in my StreamYard because they're idiots. They will not give you any
Adam,
reference. Yes.
I heard the funniest thing from him today because I was just listening to like ex-Muslims of Pakistan, their stream, and he called in. Obviously, they were talking about polygamy, and his defense was for when they said, okay, well, he said, yeah, for like polygamy is good in Islam because men have a higher sexual drive, so that's why Allah gave them that. And they said, okay, but what if a woman has a high sexual drive? Like, should she be allowed? Oh, I think Adam just dropped. Oh no. I'm sure he'll come back. So I'll just wait because there was a punchline there. Um, I'll just go through some of these super chats so I can save Adam some time. I'm just trying to catch up where I left off. Oh, he's back. He's back.
Sorry about that. I think something happened with StreamYard. I'm back.
That's okay. Yeah, so he was like, yeah, men have a higher sexual sex drive, that's why they need four wives. And then I think Yazid or somebody said, well, what about if women have a high sex drive? Can they have four wives? And he just said, oh no, because that's not acceptable to men and God and stuff. And I was like, tell me you know nothing about sex without telling me you know nothing about sex. Like, it was so funny. But yeah, that's, I mean, honestly, for pure, like, I'm sorry to say, your Urdu streams, when you lose it at people, like, it's so entertaining because, like, oh my God, it's, anyway, that's that's a separate conversation, but I'm telling you, if anybody in this live chat speaks Urdu or Hindi, go watch Adam in that sphere, because what you've seen tonight is so tame. And I actually asked Adam, I'm not going to lie, I told him backstage, like, please be careful. This is an English stream. Like, let's be PG. So I'm holding him back, poor guy. So I apologize, Adam. If you want to see Adam unfiltered, uncensored, go to his Urdu stream. Okay, let me work through the super chats, and then I got to let Adam go because it's late here as well. Okay, well, were we... Nuri and Adam, respect to you both. You're brave. You're making a positive difference. Thank you so much. Oh, I just highlighted some nice comments for you. Adam, stay safe, Nuriyah. Yeah, you're to be honest, you're lucky, especially with your family. I couldn't put my face out there, but yeah, no, absolutely. I will talk about my family situation a lot more. I know people have asked, but I'm just mindful of time and I want Adam to go. But thank you, and I am putting my face out there because I know a lot of people can't. Okay, here we go. I think Siraj Kamal, you became a new member. Thank you, and it's good to see you after a while. And Amit, Adam, your longtime follower, is saying, thank you again, Amit, is saying, Nuriyah, I know there's wonderful people like you and Adam in Pakistan, but they're very few in numbers. I surely like the Muslims sans the coronavirus. I also like the Muslims sans the coronavirus. It basically means without the coronavirus, sorry. I agree. And to be honest, I can't vouch for or take any pride in being Pakistani because I've not really lived there, and I can't really vibe with their mentality, but most people that I know and my family that are there are great. So I'm going with that. But yes, I would say like that they are good people. Islam has been thrust upon them. Siraj Kamal, thank you for your super chat. Nuriyah Khan, Adam Bhai, keep up the great work. Nuriyah, I'll be going to Oslo for the ex-Muslim event next month, hoping to see my mentor Ibn Waraq this time. Oh, I hope you managed to see him as well. And yeah, I hope that conference goes well. I think Apostate Aladdin and Secular Spirit are going to be there as well. So yes, give them my regards. Amit, again, thank you, saying Adam is real humane, Allah and father of Prophet Muhammad, and we all know Allah Muhammad doesn't show their face ever, and nor will Adam, so cry more. As long as Adam doesn't have two right hands and a shin like Allah, we're all good. Anonymous is saying, friends, please share this.
I have more hands than Allah. I have more hands than Allah. Allah only has 3 hands, by the way. 2 of his hands are right hand, 1 of his hand is left hand, because Sahih Muslim Hadith says that he is going the earth on his right hand and the sky on his left hand, and then he will move everything on his left hand. So Allah has 2 right hand and 1 left hand, by the way, FYI. People do not read the whole hadith. So with that being said, yes, I have more hands than Allah, by the way.
I just want to wait to see Alamia juggle. If I was wrong, I'd be like, Alamia, just juggle for me with all these hands you have and a bit of the shin movement as well. I want some shin play. Anyway, Anonymous was Adam. That's a whole other stream idea we can do, by the way. Like the anim of what's it called? The way that
I did a stream on it called Allah is an Alien, by the way.
Oh yeah. But he's been anamorphosized or whatever that word is over the years, because this goes all the way back. I don't know how much you've gone into it, but like El, Yahweh, Baal, all of this stuff comes into the way that Allah is portrayed in the Hadith. Like, Muslims never show this. Like, I always had no image of Allah. But if I just looked in the Hadith, he would be this pre-Islamic sculpture that they had knocking about, right? Anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think we're taking Islam down too much. Like, there's just too much bluntness in this. I think I've said stuff that even Sahil wouldn't be saying.
Oh no, we gotta.
Anyway,
Sahil is a nice guy. He says this stuff, but he has to sugarcoat it. So he sugarcoat and he says it.
absolutely. That's why I'm willing to even be the foot soldier for Sahil. Sahil, I'll say what you can't say. Um, but Anonymous is saying, friends, please share this stream with others. Let's spread the voice of humanity. Absolutely. Please do. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Oh gosh, 1 second. Sorry, just looked away. Paroxymon, thank you again. Adam, check Discord of Static Archive of Sunnah.com. Ooh, that's a good one.
Thank you so much. I will do that later.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Thank you for that. Okay, I'll discuss this in my next stream. Thank you though, Idris. I will follow up on your point. I've noted it. I'll also do this in the next stream. Thank you. Yeah, because this is no, I will just do it now. Sham is saying, imagine having so much hatred against Islam that you're willing to do an interview with racist Tommy Robinson. My counter argument to you would be, prove me or find me anything racist that he's said or done, or anything that he hasn't taken back. If it was seen to be racist, then we'll talk, because I haven't.
Sham, listen. Do you want to talk right now? Nuriyah, do you have time? Or do you have to go to sleep?
Yeah, if he's here and he wants to come up, sure.
So Sham, tell us in the chat if you come up and prove your point that it was a hatred. I'm willing to have a talk with you. And I have not seen his video. FYI, I have not seen his statements yet. Come up, anything that you will say, I guarantee you, I'll prove it from your Muhammad's word that he has said that even far worse. There you go.
Yeah, there we go, Sham. And to be honest, I would just address you to go watch his Oxford Union speech, because I like I said, it's, I don't know if you're on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, but my basic post on that is, everybody in my family hates Tommy Robinson. I grew up hating him. I thought he was racist, all of that. And he was part of the EDL. He distances himself from that completely. And since I left Islam and I came back to England, I still hated him just by default. And then when I was talking about Islam, I saw he was talking about Islam. And then I looked into everything he was saying, and I backtracked and I looked into his interviews from years ago. And when he reached out to me to do an interview, I completely assessed the situation, and I'm not stupid. And there was nothing that I could hold against him. He is the only one, like I said earlier, who in this country is brave enough to speak about what is happening to my own city. London is unrecognizable from when I left like 20 years ago. And now that I'm back here, I'm scared that I'm going to have to leave because of what is happening to this city. And he's the only one that has actually got the cojones right now to say it for what it is. Nigel Farage is just jumping on the bandwagon and he's saying what's popular. But Tommy Robinson had guts when nobody had to, when nobody had them. Including things that are sensitive, like the Pakistani British community stuff, which is why I'm willing to say, listen, I disagree with him in so many things, but on this, I am with him. So yeah, I hope that clarifies things for you. Anyway, Shogin Kafir is saying, thank you again for your super chat, is saying, ×3 in the world, Jannah are building blocks of Islam. Oh, sex in the world. Sex in, I don't know, building blocks. Yeah.
We are going to talk about it in the Women in Islam.
Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, Zara, I'm also going to talk about this in Women in Islam. That's why I started. But thank you so much for your comment. Shokin Kafir again, thank you so much. We need a Netflix series movie on Islamic reality. Absolutely. And hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, that will be done. Somebody might even approach Adam for a documentary one day. Who knows? This could go viral. P, thank you so much for your super chat. You were there on my last stream as well. I recognize the capitals and the name. What's the Achilles heel of Islam? Number one, has any Hindutva minions attempted to recruit, harass you like many ex-Muslims from the Indian subcontinent have experienced? Thank you. Okay, I will answer this first and then I'll let Adam answer. For me, number one, what's the Achilles heel of Islam? I will say currently it is people like Adam. I'm not just saying that because he's here, but I'm saying genuinely, people who are able to say to these imams and scholars, like look them in the eye and say, come, let's talk. and throw their scriptures back in their face and honestly embarrass the hell out of them. So the Achilles heel is basically people like Adam, voices like our own ex-Muslims, and the internet combined. It's going to destroy Islam, hopefully, if what we're doing pans out and it's fruitful. So the Achilles heel of Islam is Islamic scripture itself. It's self-deprecating, it's self-destroying, it's a
Say it
disaster.
again. Say the last word again. Say the last word again. The Achilles
What
heel of
Islam?
Islam is the Islamic scriptures.
Yeah, the Achilles
I
heel of
beg,
Islam is the Islamic scripture itself.
I beg
Absolutely.
each and every Muslim to read their Islamic scriptures. And I know if you have just 2 cent of a brain and 1 cent of humanity in your heart, you will leave Islam. Just read. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, I would bet my life savings on it. You can't be that tapped into humanity and empathy and read that crap and still stick by it. I really don't think you can. As for the second question, yes, absolutely. I think I literally removed myself from a lot of X, previously Twitter, because every single time, this is me personally speaking. Obviously, Adam might not have any of the similar experiences because he's in that sphere a lot more. But for me, as a British Pakistani ex-Muslim, I absolutely, every time I try to speak about ex-Muslim things and in spaces on Twitter and stuff like that, I thought, first of all, that these kind of Hindu, I guess, progressives were allies. But by the end of it, the conversation always went back to Hinduism. And I understand that, like, there is a massive pushback, and I understand that what Islam has done to India and what Islam says about Hindus. I'm absolutely like not shy of that, and I understand the frustration. But every time I tried to do a space, it got hijacked by actual Hindutva people trying to use the ex-Muslim movement to further their goals. So I just had to backtrack from that, or I actually had to. It seemed honestly really racist, but I had to say I'm not going to talk about Indian issues here because all I'm talking about is Islam. So let's not hijack it. I know there's issues there, there's issues here within the communities, but sometimes you're just talking about Islam. So I've had a bit of an issue with that, and I have tried to distance myself. But at the same time, I understand the frustrations, and I understand they're very real. And I know the plight of Hindus because they have suffered under the hands of Muslims. But yes, this movement has been tried to be hijacked from many sides. That's why I just forged my own path. That's why I'm here talking to Adam. I'll talk to whoever the hell I like. I don't answer to anybody. I'm not tied to any institution. I'm just me, myself, and I'm doing my own shit, basically. So, yeah. But Adam, you can answer both of those.
I already answered the first one.
Yeah,
So the
you
second
did
one,
very well.
yeah, the second one is yes. If you look at my early videos, I have been called so many names. I've been called a rice bag convertee and all of these things. Like if you go back in my early videos, so yes, uh, they tried to hijack all of these things, and it happened. But I feel sorry for them as well, right? uh, and they tried to accuse me for so many things. It's unbelievable. Few of the very big channels tried to accuse me for some dirty politics as well. But once again, they don't have any evidences and everything. But at the end of the day, I fully understand as well that Muslims have destroyed, obliterated, demolished them as well. But uh, they don't have to start accusing others until proven. See, that's the problem. So yes, there are a lot of people who will just start accusing until otherwise. Problem is they need to first listen, then accuse. But they are doing it in the reverse section. They accuse first, listen later, and then they're so sorry. So yes, I agree. I have been there, done that, got that t-shirt. That's the reality.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, same. But yeah, again, exactly echoing Adam's words. Like I feel the frustration. I'm willing to speak about it, but yeah, sometimes when it's an ex-Muslim space, I'd rather the space just not be hijacked. And Hadrian, thank you for being here. I know you were about to miss this stream. I'm glad you could catch it. And yes, I know we've been very isolated because we're supporting people accuse us of supporting Hindutva because of the Israel-Palestine conflict. And I know that's a whole nother issue. and it's caused a huge divide also within the ex-Muslim community. But yes, I guess just
I support
stand true
Israel.
to.
It has nothing to.
Abs-
It has nothing to do with Hindutva.
yeah, I think people are
Supporting
trying to
Israel.
correlate this wrongly because I also I don't outright support Israel, but I fully support um yeah, like Israel's right to exist and what they're doing against Hamas. Like this needs to happen. But I think people are trying to conflate just because a lot of naturally, Adam, you would know, right? A lot of India supports Israel. And so they
Yeah,
think that just because
India.
me and you, like we, like let's say Hadrian, sorry, Hadrian, I'm ousting you, but Hadrian's Bengali, but you and I, from being from like Pakistani heritage, if we even support Israel, then naturally we're Zionists, we're in bed with the Yehudis, and we're in bed with the Hindutva, right?
Do you want to do a stream on Israel?
Yeah, I mean, we can for sure. I've been called
And
like a
I will show you
Zionist, far right,
Israel
coconut,
from, no,
sellout.
forget Zionist. I don't care about Zionist. I don't care about anything. I will show you Israel and Palestine from Quran, from Tafsir, from Old Testament, and the history of the last 2000 years. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, people are getting super excited. Yes, Israel stream, and yeah, Hadrian saying no. I conflate. I'm talking about atheists who conflate both of them. No, I agree. I agree. If they conflate them, they're so mistaken. Because look, Adam's not even from this sphere. Adam's not an atheist. He also supports Israel. So again, like I said, yes, of course you can be in that stream, Hadrian, and yes, potentially, I think it would be cool to have a non-Israeli perspective discuss this from an ex-Muslim perspective because I've heard Rebecca's views, Yaron, but definitely up to see what she has in the future. Lucky Singh, we need to get our freedom back. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I can see India's struggle in this. I genuinely am sensitive to it, and I'm sure Adam, obviously, Adam's definitely sensitive to it for sure. But yeah, Adam, we have so many streams in the pipeline. Okay, this was just like a trailer, guys, for what's to come. Clearly, there's too much here. I can't take much of his time. We've exhausted so many random topics, and I'm so lost here for the super chats. Where okay,
You have to
Zahra.
unstar the one that you actually read so that
I know.
it
No,
will
they're
not
done.
come
They're
to you again.
unstarred. So Zara was saying, thanks so much for the invitation. Oh, yeah, because I asked about the Shia expose. I'm so terrible in interviews and my English is not that great, but I would love to have a discussion with you, Nuriyah. You're most welcome on my live streams. Okay, sick. I don't know how to reach out to you, but my email is holyhumanist@gmail.com. If you're still listening, please reach out to me, Zara, because I'm interested in Shia scripture. I just want to know what your sources say compared to our Sunni sources. Like, are they worse? Are they as bad?
They're
Like what's
worst.
going on? Are they, Adam? Really? Oh
They're
my god, I
worst.
really want to
They're
see.
worst.
Really?
I've done a debate in I think that was News Nation India, and I didn't know that I was debating a Shia scholar. So I was invited. Like that's how I go. I go in. I was given a topic, and I don't know whether this is a Sunni or a Shia. 20 minutes, 18 minutes down the road to be precise, I gave him a Bukhari hadith, and he said, "Oh, okay, no, give me, I don't know, give me Najul Balagha." And I was like, "Damn, man, this guy is Shia." And I was like, "Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
This is Najul Balagha." Now, and like,
Wait,
I
Adam, wait, stop. You're Sunni. So how did you have this on tap, like this Nabul Balagha, and how did you know that you were to counter what from?
because there was like I skipped that part in my early stream. I when I had issues with Sunni Islam, I actually started studying Shia Islam. You can't just leave
Mm-hmm.
Islam. You need to explore all possibilities, right? And I went to Shia Islam, and I was like, let's see, maybe Shia Islam is correct because obviously hadith is mentioned that that goes into Shia Islam as well, right? And I was like, maybe Shia Islam is right, and let me move into Shia Islam. I studied Shia Islam, and the problem is that Islam is incorrect no matter where you go to. It's impossible to
Yeah,
protect Islam,
good point. Yeah.
right? And one of the major debate that I had with the Shia Islam, and I didn't even know, and I wasn't even prepared. And I did this debate with a Shia Muslim, and it was let me, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up for all of you. And he said, let's go to Nahjul Balagha. And I went into he's like, you have never studied Nahjul Balagha. And I was like, really? I moved on my right, and there was on my right side where I do my live stream. On the right there's my bookshelf, and I picked up the Nahjul Balagha and I showed him live. I like, there you go. This is my Nahjul Balagha. Like, here you go, Nahjul Balagha. Now tell me, you have Nahjul Balagha right here. Which page do you want me to open? And I'll open it for you. And this guy was like, I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. It's just unbelievable. A lot of people
But
love
Adam,
that debate
how did you know so much about Shia Islam?
because I studied it.
How did you have the time
I
to study Sunni and Shia scripture?
because once I left Sunni Islam, I had to study the Shia Islam. Maybe that Shia Islam is right, so I studied Shia Islam.
Oh, so you did go down that route, huh? Of exploring Shia Islam before you left.
Yeah, there you go. Check this out. This is my video on क्या कहता है Islam in India. Check this out. Bring it up.
Which basically means, what does Islam say in India?
Yeah, and
What
this
does
is
Islam say?
Shia Muslim. This is
Will
Shia
the
Muslim,
Western,
and I had
will
no idea.
Will English people understand this?
No, I'll translate it.
Okay, okay.
Translate it. Just a second.
ही इस्लाम
हजरत
को
ये
जो उन्होंने
देखिए,
समझाई
ये
नहीं है।
नहजुल बलागा
कुरान
है।
मजीद कुरान
हजरत ये
मजीद में
नहजुल बलागा
आपकी
नजर आ
जबान
रही है
में नहीं
आपको
उतरा
स्क्रीन
है।
पे?
मोहम्मद
Like this is
That's
and
so
he's like,
true, by the way. He's so right. Yeah.
he's like, Quran did not come in your language. You need to study Quran by Nahjul Balagha, and this is where it happened. Let's check this out.
कह रहा हूँ कि यही तो बात कह रहा हूँ आपसे
सर,
कि
आप उसकी
अगर जितना
ट्रांसलेशन
भी
कर दें।
कुरान में जो शुकूक हैं, शक पैदा होता है, डाउट पैदा होता है, उसको जो है वो उन्होंने नहजुल बलागा में क्लियर किया है।
Now that is the time when I realized this guy is a Shia Muslim.
Shia. Now
I
you
had
have to
no
switch
idea.
your everything, Adam, that you prepared for. You have to switch it to Shia sources. What are you gonna do?
And I was like, man, I know. And that is
Shit.
when he was a Shia Muslim, Shia Mufti. And then I was like,
But dude, you
नहजुल
seem so
बलागा
cool
इन्होंने
still. Are
पढ़ी
you
नहीं है।
freaking out inside? Like, be honest
no.
with us. Are you
No.
freaking out inside?
It
Like,
was
shit.
it was about jihad. I already knew these things, right?
That, like, basically, Adam, like all of your learnings about Sunni Islam can pretty much be applied to Shia Islam for jihad, right?
Absolutely the same. Absolutely the same.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
book Nahjul Balagha, if I might be able to show the bookmarks on it. Let's see if the book shows the bookmark in the video.
तो ये कैसे
I'm not prepared with the mask and everything right now, so I cannot turn on the camera. Otherwise, I could have shown.
वो
No,
सही
please
इस्लाम
don't.
बता
Yeah.
सकेंगे।
There you go.
एक सेकंड रुकिए, ये देखिए,
Give me a
आज
second.
तक
This
जब
way.
उन्होंने सही
And I
इस्लाम को
went
जो है
off
ये क्या है?
and I
सही
picked up
इस्लाम
Nahjul
को
Balagha.
समझाई
ये
नहीं है।
नहजुल बलागा
कुरान
है।
मजीद में आपकी जबान में
I went on the right side and I picked up the book and I was like, there you go. This is Nahjul Balagha. Tell me
Oh
which
my
page do you want me to open.
Oh shoot! Now he's probably
उतरा
like
है।
shitting his
मोहम्मद
pants.
वाले मोहम्मद
This is Nahjul Balagha. I was like, there you go. Which page do you want me to open? And then the beautiful part here is when he said, I don't know anything. I think why he
What?
he
Wait,
wanted
sorry. Excuse me. How dare him, as a Shia scholar, ask you about that and then say, "I know nothing." How the hell?
मैं आपको बता
Yeah, that sorry, please repeat.
I was just gonna say how the audacity, like to like be a Shia cleric or whatever, and then to say like we're not going to discuss this when you've just pulled out the book from your bookshelf. But listen, Adam, what do you say to this? Zara saying Najul Balagha is not one of the 4 authentic books of Shia Islam. So you still had that.
I have to laugh about it. Now I know who Zahra is. Zahra, are you the same Zahra whom I blocked 2.5 years ago on my channel when you were going left, right, and there was Sham Shamon as well there? Are you the same Zahra of the 2.5 years ago? Please tell me if you are the same. Just say yes or no, and then I can answer this question.
बता चुका हूँ।
Okay, because Adam,
मुनाफिक
as far
वो
as
मुसलमान
sorry.
होता है जो कुरान और हदीस पे मुकम्मल तौर
ढंग से बात करनी है, सामने आके बात करनी है, तो आप ऐसे बात नहीं कर सकते।
This is such a
No,
cop out, by the way. The
that's
guy
where
is
he's like,
literally
you have
just
to come in.
he's like, if you want to speak, come in front of me and speak. Like literally, Adam, like according to his view, of Shia Islam, Adam's just brought out the book that he's got to literally refute the guy with his own source. And he just fast forwarded loads, as you guys could see. And he just literally said, if you want to speak, come speak in front of me. And by the way, Adam, just to say, Hadrian has been around in this space for a good few years. He's a good friend of mine. He said, yes, she is. So I think he's trying to confirm that that is the same Zahra.
She said that. Yes,
Oh,
Adam, Sam Shamoun
oh,
lied against me.
he
Okay,
said,
yes,
yeah.
I got it. See, Zahra,
Okay.
listen to me very carefully now. Let me give you a very nice response which you may be able to comprehend. 99% of Shia Muslims in Pakistan, Indo-Pak, for them, Nahjul Balagha is the utmost. Number one. Number two, don't tell me that you don't believe it. You don't believe it? Fair enough. Tell me which Imam do you follow? Okay? Simple. Don't tell me Nahjul Balagha is wrong. Don't tell me it's not authentic. When you talk about Indo-Pak Muslims, Nahjul Balagha comes on the very top. It literally comes on the very top. Okay? For you, it doesn't? Fair enough. Tell me which Shia sect you belong to and which book you agree on. I will open that book. So, please, if you are in a minority, anyways, be in minority. I don't care. Minorities are already being killed in Pakistan. You should be on our side, not on the other side. And that is why I hated you last time as well. You are next year now. Perfect. That is good. You are next year now. So at least come to
Oh, yeah.
realization what people believe in Pakistan and India. You don't change their belief system. You work in their belief system. Okay. Nahjul Balagha has the Qutubat of Ali. Qutubat is sermons.
Damn, that even
Nahjul Balagha.
I'm not Shia and I know that's serious. You have the
Yeah.
seal of Ali. Dude,
Yeah.
that's the
These are the sermons of Ali. And
damn.
every single Shia Muslim believes that these
Shit.
are. You want to talk about Al Kafi? Okay, I'll talk with Al Kafi. Do you agree, Al Kafi, 100%? I will work with you on Al Kafi. I don't have any issue. I have all the 30 plus volumes of Al Kafi in English as well, let alone in Arabic. We'll talk about that.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I'm sorry, Zara. Yeah, I guess that's a crazy claim to make that that's not got any part to do with Shiism. I mean, even from my literally ignorant knowledge, I know that that is a massive book when it comes to Shia theology. But thank you for your other messages as well. It's an absolute pleasure to tell you about Shia Islam. But I'm just slightly concerned now because if you tell me about Shia Islam and you'll miss out that book, then maybe I'm not learning about Shia Islam really. So Zara is saying I'm also helping Shia Ismailis to leave Islam and recently using a Shia Ismaili site for the Quran. Adam, I'm sure you have some comments.
Islami, you're Shashimamiya. So please tell us if you are Shashimamiya. I'll work with you as a Shashimamiya. I will not work with you as a Shia Imam. So Shias believe in the 12 Imams. If you're
Yeah.
Shashimamiya, we'll talk with you as a Shashimamiya. So you need to tell us what you believe in. Shias has their own sects, just like Sunnis have their own sects. So
Yeah.
you do not believe in do not belong into the major in 80+% of the Shia Islam. Fair enough. And Zara, I'm sorry if you got hurt because of something that I said, and I apologize for that. But at the end of the day, we work with the majorities, not with the minorities. And if you are in the minority, I'm willing to work with you on your route, on your path, based on if you tell me what is your path or what path did you left or did you leave. Sorry. So what path? Like that's not a problem. We are an ex-Muslim. We have open brain, open mind now. We communicate and we talk in a different manner as compared to what Muslims were. And yes, I know sometimes I come in really harsh. I know
No,
that.
I was just about to give my 2 cents and say, look, I know that Adam like deep down, he's not unapproachable. Honestly, Zara, if you wanted to like level with him, like look, like honest, this is the first time I'm speaking to him, and I know it's easier because we both left Islam, so I know he's not going to attack me. But if I wanted to attack Adam, like I really would, I think I could, but I wouldn't do it as much because I know he's going to clap back just as hard. But he is approachable when it comes to these things. Like if you've watched his streams, he does not get riled up until the other person disrespects him. That's why I actually respect Adam, and that's why I'm honestly so glad to have you here, because however you would have reacted, I know would be a reaction to somebody else. Like I've seen you, you're very calm and collected, and you state the facts and you show the sources. You're not talking out of your ass. Sorry for my French, but you're not doing that. You always show your sources, and so people can't discredit you. Yes, they can try and push your buttons, they disrespect you, hurt your family, cuss you out, but usually you I'm sorry to say, like, you tolerate a lot before you actually lose your shit. So honestly, Zara, I really also appreciate that. Like I'm still interested in learning Shia Islam from you. I'm just a bit skeptical because if you miss that book out, then obviously like people like Adam and people like myself with Shia friends would tell me that book is a lot more important. So anyway, I'm still down to, if you've left Shia Islam, I'm so proud of you and kudos to you and more power to you. So yeah.
I wish
And
you
Saint
all the
Murad,
best, Sarah.
yeah.
I wish you all the best for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
Saint Murad is here
Adam's,
as well.
yeah, Saint Murad is here. And I know obviously I think Adam, you have a powerful stream this Tuesday with him.
Yeah, we are going to have a stream on the second, if I'm not mistaken. Let me figure it out.
Okay, perfect.
Hold
So I
on,
just
let me
wanted to
see.
highlight that.
Second,
Yeah, guys,
yes,
so
on the
set
2nd
your
of July, we are going to have a stream together. That's what we promised. Yes, yes, 2nd of July. So we're gonna have 2nd of July stream at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not on Pacific. Thursday stream is
okay.
Pacific. So Thursday stream is Pacific 6:30. Tuesday stream is Eastern 6:30. So yes, Saint Murad is a person who has done some remarkable work.
Basically, he's done some amazing stuff. Like this guy is translating. Sorry, Saint Murad. I don't think I've conversed with you personally, but I've just seen your work in passing. But I feel like he's done some amazing work in terms of translating the Quran verbatim from a very Arabic perspective, and I guess even countering some of the claims that people like myself might make, like, oh, this says this in Arabic. No, he can actually fix that and say, no, it doesn't say that, but it could still be problematic in another way. So, like I'm saying, I know this is ridiculous and Islam does this, but I'm going to be honest. Like, I read Islam in Arabic and I read Islam in English and I left. I've never read it in any other language. So I don't know what it means in Arabic. People like Saint Murad, who I think he's put his sweat, blood, and tears into translating this Quran or deciphering it. I'm sorry, I just saw your stuff in passing. I'm not sure, Saint Murad, I'm giving you a less of a shout out than you deserve, but it's something to do with translations. And he's been doing streams with Lloyd recently, and I tuned in for like 5-10 minutes when I had some free time. Again, very powerful stuff. So please go and check out Saint Murad and be there for his and Adam's stream on the 3rd of July.
Second.
Oh, 2nd, sorry, 2nd of July. 2nd of July. Be there or be square. Shakim Kafir, again, thank you so much for your super chat. He's saying you both should do more streams. Very good combo.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We will. We will. I had a
Thank
delightful time here
you.
working with Nuriyah Khan. Like, this is the first time we ever, like, I know you, I have seen your streams. I've seen your streams with other people as well, and I've seen your streams as well. But I think this is the first time we actually collabed in a stream. So it was lovely. It was beautiful. Appreciate
I
that.
know, and I'm
Thanks for
like, dude,
calling
if I
me.
wasn't going to reach out, exactly, like this would never have happened because your style and my style is very similar. It just, in the beginning, I was a bit more like PC and a bit more woke. And then when I realized like what's happening in the UK and how things are going, and the fact that I actually am independent, and if I have a voice myself that is actually going somewhere, I can stick on this route and I should be able to keep it as free and, like that's what I was trying to say to you today. Like I didn't want to censor you that much, but like just enough for me not to get cancelled off YouTube. But like this is the vibe that I'm going with. Like I can speak to whoever I want. I'm not bound. I can say the worst things about Islam. We can show the sources. Like I'm not here scared. I'm not here doing like a half-assed job. If I'm here to talk about how bad Islam is, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that with everybody who knows it, you know?
Absolutely. The only thing that you will face is as soon as the YouTube recognize my voice, they will put your video in limited monetization.
That's fine. That's fine. People can still hear it, right? That's fine. And the
Yeah.
thing is, Adam, like I think I'm banned in Pakistan as well, but it's very easy to get around. So like again, this is annoying because this stream was in English, but yeah, no, it's just because the thing is, I had a dilemma. I was like, shall I speak with you in Urdu and like we could like how powerful our voice would be with everything you know, slash like just how sometimes compared to Pakistani women, how
Do you have
like
an Urdu
empowered
channel
or
as well?
feministic. Yeah, I do. It's very like very minuscule. It's not that deep, but
Oh my
in
God. You gotta okay, listen. Come to my Saturday stream, promote your Urdu
okay.
channel. Okay, come Friday, this Friday on Sahil stream, promote your Urdu channel, and then come this Saturday, promote your Urdu channel, and we'll do a stream on your Urdu channel as well. So
The thing
make a
is, Adam,
stream for next week.
this is the private conversation I want to have with you because I met Sahil. I did my Urdu stream with him, Zafar Heretic, everybody. My Urdu channel was going very well. It's called Nuriyah. It's still on YouTube, but I after the stuff that was happening, like and the blasphemy like allegations here, I just gave up. Like my I don't know if you know Madi. Anyway, I'll talk to you about this privately.
Yeah,
But
as
yeah,
soon as you speak
def
in Urdu, that death threats increase like tenfold. That's the
eh,
reality. So if you're ready for it, then so be it. If you're not, then don't do that, because you're killing, and that will increase tremendously as soon as you start speaking in Urdu. That's the
No,
reality.
actually, you know, if actually, to be honest, if you're down, I'm willing to do that with somebody like you because, you know, people keep saying, oh, like, yeah, this is, you're right, the death threats, the rape threats, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I need, everything's different with when it comes to that sphere. But because I don't care about any of their laws, I don't care about what they put on me, they can't touch me basically from there. And I've got nothing to do with Pakistan for them to, you know, like, I'm not their concern. I'm not part of that country. So, I can say all of the things about Islam. The thing is, my Urdu is not that great. I try as much as I can, but yeah, I'm willing to explore that because people keep telling me to come back to my Urdu channel. I'll be honest with you, and I didn't want to say this live on air, but I really have given up on Pakistan as a country. That I was just like, let me just focus my efforts on saving right now. Like my concern, London, my own city is being overwhelmed by Islamists. So yeah, and I just feel like the Pakistani mentality is, I'm sorry to say, Adam, but like at least half a century behind what's happening in the West. I was joking to you about that guy who came on trying to defend polygamy, and they just said back, "What if a woman has sexual desire?" And he couldn't believe it. You know, like the Taliban, the minister of education, he said, "Why do women need degrees?" Like these people are a joke. If they weren't so sad, this is a joke. It's hilarious.
You don't have to speak with them. That's the idea of it. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
StreamYard has a block policy as well. Start making
yeah.
small videos and remove the idiots. There are few idiots, and the whole idea is the ones who gets banned from my channel and channel. They actually start to find the channel which are new, who doesn't know about these people, and who would take them. So they try to go to those channels. So the whole idea is they get destroyed on me and my Sahil channel, and then they go to other channels, and that's fine. From then they will be blocked from their channels as well, because they have nothing to show except to just to stupidity. But you know, I you cannot give up on Pakistan. There are approximately 300 million Muslims living in Pakistan. 300 million, and approximately 300 million Muslims are living in India. So you have 600 million Muslims reach out that you can do if you are speaking in Urdu. So that's just my point of view. Okay. If you feel comfortable, do that, because in Pakistan and India, there are a lot of Muslimas as well. And you being a female, showing your face specifically, man, I think that impacts a lot. So just think about it. And that's all what I'm going to say about
No, for sure. And thank you because genuinely, like, I lost faith and I let that channel, like, you know, somebody asked me today in my YouTube comments, like, what's your Urdu channel? And I was like, shall I even bother posting it for them? And then I did. But I was like, whatever, I'll just leave this channel to die. but like you have given, like, injected a little bit of hope that, you know what, even if I speak in Urdu for like 15 minutes about half the things we speak here about passionately, if it changes, I know you're, like you said earlier in the stream, Adam, this is why I think it's so hopeless. Like, even if we do this, can she get out of her house? Can she get her kids? Can she fly away? Can she be abroad? Can she be safe? Can she just be somewhere where she can be religion free? Can she say her own thoughts? Can she get married again? None of these things are possible in Pakistan. So it just, I
Who are
know
the
you're
largest ex-Muslims in Iran? What's the largest number
yes,
of ex-Muslims?
I know, women, of
Females.
course.
Females.
Yes.
So you need to understand this, that when the revolution comes into play, and like I said before, are you willing to take the blame that because of you, hundreds of women will be killed, but then you will be able to save a million of Muslims? See, that's the whole idea. When the revolution started in Iran, you see hundreds of women were killed. They were raped. They were demolished. They were destroyed. Everything happened.
Yes.
But the largest ex-Muslim community in Iran are women. So
Absolutely.
every revolution needs blood, and that's what I am scared of always. But somebody has to find the guts to do that. And if I cannot, then maybe you can. That's all
Yeah,
of it.
I know. And again, this is obviously a separate conversation. And I would pose the question to you that, Adam, do you not think that sorry, not most, that's very wrong of me to say, but most of, I think we'll do this in the women's stream a lot more, but with the Pakistani society, you get the hardcore feminists who I back to a certain extent. You get the Women's March. You also get women who are very much, well, as somebody mentioned it earlier in the live chat, a lot of Stockholm syndrome. There's a lot of internalized misogyny. They will also, like, they will cuss me out. Like, who am I? Look at me. Like, look what I'm wearing. My head's not covered. I have tattoos. Like, who am I to even speak on this? I'm not even Pakistani. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even as close to, like, how do I know how a Lahori woman feels every day when she goes to, I don't know, freaking Liberty Market? Like, I don't know how she feels. I live a very, very different life. All I'm saying is that Islam will screw you over as a woman wherever you are, but a bazillion percent more so in Pakistan. But yeah, no, thank you, because you have given me some food for thought. And like, there's people like Madiha Talks, who does do this a lot. And I think maybe I should give a bit more
Yeah,
attention to
I spoke
this.
with her. I spoke with her on that. She's just
Yeah.
too sweet, too soft, too sweet, too soft. She's
Yeah.
doing a nice job. Her way of speaking is good for the West. For Pakistan and India, they'll eat her alive. Like, but that's what
Yeah.
I think.
What, so you so I need to bring like half my Pathan, half my Punjabi blood to like deal with the Pakistani sphere when I come and speak on, because I've never like, I know she has conversations. There's never been anything really confrontational, but what you and Sahil experience, it's like, it's next level. Like you, I understand why you have to be the way you are, Adam. Like, I know a lot of people give you a lot of stick for it, maybe in the English world, like today, even when you got passionate, some people were like freaking out, but they were loving it. They're like, wow, like this guy, his passion, but they have no idea how hard you go on that side. But it's just because that's what's required, because they are literally saying things to you which are the absolute extreme, which nobody, like you said, they don't understand Islam the way you will in that way. So anyway,
Thank you so
let's,
very much.
okay.
Appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. Okay, we really need to let Adam go, guys. So please start a charity for Marissa Kennedy, thank you so much. Please start a charity for Muslims' freedom of speech and buy whiteboards, not white boys, that's so rude. Whiteboards to hand out to free Muslimas in the UK. Yes, absolutely. This was a pun, I guess, a joke on Ali Dawa and his video with somebody in an abaya writing on a whiteboard. And then AP and David Wood played that to me live, and I had never seen it before, and I was shooketh as hell. I thought it was a joke. Apparently, it's not a joke. Some people say it is a joke. I don't know. Anyway, that's the whole thing with whiteboards. It's messed up. You can go check it out. Circuit, thank you so much as well for your support. Circuit saying, Adam, when do you plan to start hunting like Sahil?
Yeah, very soon. As soon as I get somebody to get me a what do you call it? Wipe over VPN phone conversation established in India, I will do that.
Okay, I have no idea what hunting means, and I'm gonna completely
Sahil,
stay aware.
you know Sahil, right?
Unaware. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay, Adam, don't worry.
he has started calling the muftis and maulanas directly because he's in India. His name
Oh,
is exposed already. He's living away from his home in some other location. He changes his location frequently, so his life is already miserable because he was exposed at who he is.
yeah.
But now the benefit that he has is because of that is that he can call people from his phone because he's already exposed who he is. So if somebody tracks his phone, they
Mm,
will know who this phone belongs to. And yes, his name is already exposed. So with that being said, he has certain flexibility that he can directly call the Mulanas and Muftis. I cannot do that right now. So I've asked
I
certain
s-
people to provide me voice over IP phone service in India. So I could call through internet, then use a SIM card in some of the computer connected there, and that SIM card will actually call some Maulanas and Muftis.
okay, sweet. That's insane. That's actually pretty hardcore. Um,
Yep.
that's actually very hardcore. So Zara was saying I couldn't trust Pakistanis to be true ex-Muslims. Both of you have done the impossible for me. So
Good.
I don't.
That's a
I'm
compliment. I'll take
glad.
it as a compliment.
Yeah, I'm glad, we could change the face of that country. Adam, did we go through this one before?
Great to hear you on Tommy's broadcast. Yes, you did that.
Yeah, okay, we've done this. Okay, cool. So, absolute pleasure, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we are. Hunting like Sahil, yes. Okay, James Bond. Oh, James Bond. Oh, James Bond, like, I don't know, Desi style. Anyway, 007. Thank you so much for your super chat. He's saying, in Canada, Clown PM Dustin Turbo detained Tommy. Yes, I don't know if you all saw that fiasco, but Tommy Robinson was detained, allegedly on like some immigration stuff. But he also tweeted. Sorry, I'm just going to say tweeted because I don't know what X did, but he tweeted like he had mad discussion with the immigration officials in Toronto before he was let out, like 3 hours worth of interrogation, and there was nothing that came up. So it is hella shady what happened to him. But as somebody said earlier in this chat, like he's free now. And let's just hope, I hope he comes out before the 27th because the 27th in London is going to be on fire, like in a good way. But yeah, Adam, I feel like you want to say something. Go
No,
ahead.
all good, all good, all good.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to flag this for you. Zahra was saying to you, Adam, learned a lot from Adam. Thanks so much. You're amazing in memory and knowledge.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Zara.
Also, I just wanted to address this real quick. Arnold Giza, I'm not sure if you're still with us because it's very late in the UK, but you did ask, Holy, would you actually want Tommy and his men in charge of our country in the UK? So, long story short, and I'll cover this probably in one of my new videos because I've got more time on my hands now, so I'll make semi more political videos on what's happening in the UK. But long story short, listen. Tommy is not the end all and be all, okay? Tommy is a symptom for me of a much larger problem. But like I said earlier to Adam, Tommy is the only person that I have seen in the foreseeable real time that has been calling out Islam and every single byproduct that most lefties and most woke British, I don't know what to call them, like bend over backwards to bigotry of low expectations people think, they never agree that if, these there is a problem here. There's a mass migration problem. If many immigrants come to your town or city, it will no longer be the same. Grooming gangs, that scandal, every single thing that is happening, which you can link back to Islam, a lot of them you can't. But the ones that you can, only Tommy has so far been putting that spotlight on. And
Let me give an answer from
yeah,
the
go on, go
main
on.
political view. Uh, i- right now in United States, who's the president? That stupid idiot. What's his name? Uh, Biden. Biden.
Biden? Yeah.
Biden. Now, if the elections happen and you have to pick from between Biden and that Donald Duck guy. Which one will you pick? I think by default you will pick up Donald Trump. So sometimes you have to pick the lesser evil. That's it. So
And
it's
to be
something you,
honest, like if the malignment against him is racism, then that can't stick because, like I challenged somebody earlier, find me something. I'm not saying the guy is an angel, okay? Nobody is. He's, and I don't back everything he says. But as I'm saying right now, again, he's just rallying the masses. The guy who's actually in political power, who is echoing his sentiments, is Nigel Farage. So that's also who you've got to question and have your eyes on. But in terms of me getting together with Tommy, that is purely for me coming from a British Pakistani background, supposedly to hate him, thinking he was racist AF. I just had to, after everything I researched, after everything I found out about the grooming gangs, about Anjum Chaudhry, about how they're radicalizing the youth, how the Pakistani majority in this country think, I have to be different from my community. And if that makes me side with Tommy in terms of fighting against radical Islam and turning London into Londonistan, then by all means I will. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So again,
I
as I have
fully agree with you.
mentioned, yeah, no, and Adam, we're also from different worldviews, and you still understand that this is our biggest threat, right?
Exactly. So you need to know exactly what you're fighting with. So and I would always pick a lesser from lesser evil from the two. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
And it's not great, the
Even if you
choices we have.
think, yeah, if even if you think Tommy is evil, you wanna side the Muslims? Like that's something outrageous right now in my brain. If you side the Muslims versus Tommy.
Absolutely. You're doomed. You're doomed. But Zahra, again, I think she's really enjoyed this stream, Adam, even though you guys had this like beef from before. Zahra, thank you again for your super sticker. I can't see it, but I imagine it was cute. And again, and please be safe because of your currency. I hope you're watching me through a VPN. But yeah, thank you. And like I said, my email's open for the Shia sources. Yeah, hit me up. Rasa, thank you so much for your super chat. Rasa saying, you guys celebrate AP collating with apostate prophet, but Hindus trying to reach out to you is offensive. So hypocritical, didn't expect this. AP collating with apostate prophet. I feel like AP is apostate a prophet, so I don't get that part of your comment. Hindus trying to reach. Adam, do you have anything to say? Otherwise, I'm going to try and make sense of this.
Hindus reaching out to me is offensive because when I do my Saturday stream, it is only meant for Muslims. If I start bringing up Hindus on my channel, then my channel will be filled with non-Muslims, and I will not have a single chance to talk to any Muslim. So that is why I have a clear verdict: no non-Muslim. And it's not just Hindu. Why are you taking it to Hindus only? I block Christians. I block atheists. I block everyone.
By the way,
It's
I can second that. Adam is savage. He will, if it's not the stream that you're invited to, he's like, why the fuck are you here? Go. Block.
uh, that's reality. Otherwise, I can't even do my stream, Nuriyah. So
I
when
know.
7,000, 6,000 people are watching my stream, you need to understand this very important fact. If 7, 8,000 people are watching my stream, and I will open it for everyone, 80% will be no Muslims, right? Let's take this general. 20% will be the Muslims, right? So if the backstage is full, so I do non-Muslim streams as well, every once in a month. So in non-Muslim streams, I can do it for 36 hours, 48 hours, and I will have new person every time for all 48 hours. This is how many people watches me. But the problem is
Yeah.
very simple. I
Yeah.
cannot allow them to come on Saturday. It's just simple. It doesn't matter whether he's a Christian, Hindu, atheist, agnostic. It doesn't matter. The stream is for Muslims to join in and refute me. I allow Hindus and everybody else to come up. Then I can't do my stream. It's not possible. So, man,
Yeah.
Rasa, please don't be hypocritical. If I block you, I block everyone, not just you. So you need to understand that.
Yeah, no, and touche to Adam. Like, look at this. Look at how much energy he's put in today. And I'm very mindful. Like, please, if he does tell you, like, if it's pinned, like for Muslims only or for non-Muslims, just respect it. Like, literally, you see how many hours of a week this guy dedicates to this stuff. So at least be cognizant of go to where you're, you know, actually like asked to be. Otherwise, don't. Anyway, GR saying if Adam says he's leaving in 2 minutes, it means 2 hours. I guess he's a typical desi. This is Brown. Like, yeah, this is what I've been saying to him for the last 2 hours. That I feel so bad. I'm so sorry,
That's
Adam.
standard operating procedure. No worries. So by the way, you talked about this guy. Is this guy you are talking about versus Tommy? Let me put up this guy. Hold on. Is this the same guy we are talking about?
Oh my god. There's so many. I don't think he has the guts right now. Tommy's way big.
Check this out. Check this out.
Britain is Darul Harb because they are, anathema to God's law.
Britain is Darul Harb. In Islam, there are only two dars, two houses. Islam does not care about borders. It only cares about
Adam,
houses.
this is perfect. I'm going to turn this into a short. So please, if you're from the UK and you're not sure about Tommy Robinson, listen to what Adam just said right now. Adam, can you please repeat that?
Thank you. Let's go. So in Islam, there are only two houses. Islam does not care about boundaries or borders. Islam cares about houses. This is in the Sahih hadiths as well as in the Shara as well as in the Fiqh. Now, this guy is going to tell you what is Britain. Check this out.
Britain is Darul Harb because
Britain is Darul Harb. Darul Harb means war. Dar means house. So Britain is the house of war. Now check this out. What he's going to say.
are, anathema to God's law. They're not implementing it. They're violating His sanctity, and therefore, this is war against Allah and His Messenger.
Absolutely. Now let's think about chapter number 5, verse number 33. War against Allah and Muhammad. And remember what I told you in the early part of the stream when chapter number 5, verse number 33 comes into play. I said this is the fasad fil arz, harb al Allah and Muhammad. It's not about literal fighting. It's about not obeying Allah and Muhammad. And that's exactly what he's saying right now. So you think that I'm saying wrong as an ex-Muslim? Listen to your scholars.
We are obliged as Muslims to take the authority away from the people who have it and implement the Sharia. Now,
there you go. So and you
There we
think Tommy
go.
is doing something
There
wrong?
we go. Thank you, Adam. Yes.
That's exactly why Tommy is fighting, because these guys want to take the constitution of Britain and implement Sharia, and that's what he said. I don't have to translate. It's already in English. Streaming in English. Check this out.
I hope that can come in a very peaceful way. I hope
listen to his word. Listen to what he said.
As if.
Listen to
How
what
are
he
you
said.
going to come in? Adam, pause it 1 second. I
Let
want to
me
ask you.
let me just.
Okay,
wait,
okay.
10 seconds.
I hope that can come in a very peaceful way. I hope that we can do that in a way, where there's no bloodshed.
Otherwise, I hope it will come without bloodshed in a peaceful
You are
way.
so
Otherwise,
right. Yes.
yes, please say before I
No,
continue.
you were so right to add that 10 seconds. I hope it comes peacefully, because I was just going to give you like that sarcastic comment to say, how is he going to do this? How exactly? And he just followed it up because no, this is beautiful. Anybody who thinks, this comment exactly, he's right. Tommy Robinson is fighting Islam, not Muslims. Anybody who right now thinks, okay, guys, we have a general election coming up, okay, in a couple of weeks. Not even a couple of weeks now. What is it? Like, literally in a week from now, we have a general election coming up. Tommy Robinson is saying things that exactly what are being echoed in this video. If you think this is an issue right now, if you think this is too much, then please, you know that you're not backing anybody who's a racist in this sense. You're backing somebody who has clarity on what Islam means. Do you think even Nigel Farage knows what Islam is all in all out? No, he doesn't. He probably knows it's bad. Do you think Tommy Robinson, Adam, do you know Tommy Robinson has debated people from different Muslim sects? Like he knows,
Yeah, I
like
know.
in this school of thought, this happens according to this. And I was like, wow, why would you even care? Like, how do you know the difference between, Maliki and Shafi and Hanbali? And why would you care about that? But that's how much he takes an interest in what this means. Because, like I'm saying, even I didn't know about Sharia, like Shia mandates, let's say. Do you know what I
So
mean?
now let me tell you. Remember, I told you a couple of hours ago in today's stream, I these white Britons are idiots. If I was at his place after listening to this stupid remark, I would never have said this.
The Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if the Muslims have authority and they have the ability to remove oppression, they must remove the oppression.
Oppression is what? Check this out.
So we believe man-made law is oppression
Man-made law is oppression. Check this
Wow.
out.
because they are
Sharia
implementing
is
non-Islamic law, violating their own sanctity. So if we are in a position of power and authority, we are obliged to take that authority, with the minimum force and to implement the Sharia, certainly. So this will be the case one day in Britain. And when you
There you go. And now look at the hip. Okay, hold on. I have a female over here. But so let me just tell you, this guy, the answer that he says, even as a female, I wouldn't have said that. I would have been blasting his balls out. And let me tell you, have anybody seen sugarcane juice? Have you seen how they make sugarcane juice, sister?
in Pakistan, yeah. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, so they press the sugarcane in
Yeah, it's a
between two
process.
round
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this guy's balls went through
Adam,
the
just
sugarcane
say
machine.
anything. Just don't get me cut off YouTube, yeah?
No,
That's
you
all.
won't. You
Okay,
won't. I have said far more than that. Check
okay, cool.
his answer.
talk about jihad, you're not talking about spiritual striving. You're talking about military jihad.
How is this an answer of this? Tell me, Nuriyah. Tell me.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked. How that, but he knows what's up.
He knows exactly what he said. He
He
knows exactly what
knows.
he said. And what is he
Wow.
asking? I would be
Like, how
asking.
the
So
hell
you're
is this
saying
spiritual? Yeah, you want to
exactly?
kill
Like,
us? You want to
yeah.
implement this supposedly by non-violent means, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There's no other way, unless we get into our droves into which. Adam, we'll do this in our jihad podcast, but you know what I mean, right? They're already trying to infiltrate the houses of Parliament, the House of
Exactly.
Commons, right? Yes. So this is
And he's
they're
saying that
trying
we are
to
going to
build a
do it
Muslim bloc.
peaceful. I hope.
Yeah,
And he said, I hope we can do it peacefully.
yeah,
And this
yeah.
guy is not asking, so if it is not done peacefully, what would you do? That's the question. And he's talking about spiritual. Look, show me one single verse in the Quran which talks about spirituality. One. So you have the whole Quran, which is revealed from Allah, it's made before the humanity was made. Can you show me one verse in the Quran which talks about spirituality?
Thank
I
you.
give you
Exactly.
10,000 years and you will not find one.
So
Unless you
Adam,
create a new Quran.
Adam, question. I agree. I fully agree. I looked in the Quran, front to back to find this, okay? Cover to cover. But I want to ask you a quick question. The fact that these ulama or let's say imams or scholars have the audacity to tell us that no, it's not just jihad of like actual waging war, it's jihad of nafs, like jihad bin nafs, whatever. Can you give me an example, like what do they mean by that? Like what do they think that we're supposed to do to fulfill that jihad? Have you ever seen anything in Islamic sources about that?
The hadith talks about three jihads. Okay, let's go to the hadith. Quran doesn't mention that. Hadith mentions that. Man ra'i al munkar. If you see a munkar, munkar is the person who does the rejection of Allah and Muhammad. Munkar, man ra'i al munkar. Yes, exactly. And all the kafirs. So man ra'i al munkar. If you see a munkar, stop it with your hands. Means punch him. Kick him.
Yes.
Don't
This
let
is
him
Sharia.
do that.
By the way, this is also in Sharia. Yes.
And in Hadith, Sunan Nasai. And if you can't stop it with your hands, stop it with your tongue. That is called the jihad bil lisan. Stop it with your means. Say, you idiot, you BSTRD, you this, you that. Don't do it, etc., etc., etc. And if you can't even stop it with your tongue, then stop. Then think in your heart that he is doing a bad thing. That is the lesser of the iman. That is the smallest of iman. That is the smallest of faith. That is what is Allah talking about when you say jihad bin nafs. That's it. And I will do a full
I
detail on
see.
jihad bin nafs.
So that's it. That's it. That's it. Or can I find more?
That's it. You cannot find more. You just can't find the exposition of it. Jihad bin
Okay.
nafs is the jihad with the shaitan, with the devil,
But
which
so
gives you waswasa. And that's it. That's it. That's it. You can't find anything more than that.
so Adam, based on that little bit of, let's say, commentary, that's what they're
Mhm.
trying to say. Jihad of fighting against the infidel is the same as this, what you just described.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Check this out what he's going to say in the spiritual. He'll going to give you the answer, not me. Let him answer on the spiritual jihad. Check this out. Check this out.
Well, I think there are two types of jihad in which people are engaging in today. One is the jihad of the word, and the other is jihad of the sword. So in Britain, we are engaged in the jihad of the word, and it's
He did not mention the jihad of nafs because in Britain, you are now beyond the jihad of the nafs, jihad of the heart. Now you are in Britain, you have only two jihad
Yes.
with the mouth and jihad with sword. That's just two. The third one is not even Britain because they are over 20% now. Check this
Yeah.
out.
as important to remove the ideological foundation and, if you like, the pillars of Western civilization, like democracy and freedom and secularism, and to expose them and to bring back people to worshipping the one true Lord, which is Allah.
There you go. Democracy, freedom, secularism, all of these laws are stupid, idiot. We have to bring the law of Allah. And I'm not
Literally.
saying that. He is saying that.
Yeah, and Adam, we will touch on this because this is our entire jihad stream. But what he is saying right now, by the way, if you read between the lines, he's talking like immigration jihad, political jihad, like childbearing hijab, you know what, like jihad, sorry, you know what I mean? Like all of these kind of jihads that are lending themselves to infiltrate a population, take over, get into the system. Because if you take away violence, how else do you do it? You infiltrate from within, right?
Exactly. And there's a guy in the live chat saying, unheard voice saying, Munkar means doing wrong. Oh la la.
There we go. Yeah,
Sugar
I just
coated
highlighted that.
sugar coated
Yes.
translation of Sahih International. You don't even know the basics. Munkar, the one who does the nakir, who's the nakir, who's the rejecter. That is the munkar, the one who does the, it's a verb, the one who does the actions of nakir. You idiot. I'm sorry to say that to you. Go
That's okay.
search on
That's
it.
okay. Yeah.
Check this out.
And
Check
so
what he's saying.
Adam, essentially, world domination is what he's talking about. Yeah, like that's it. Sharia
That's
everywhere.
what
Khalifa.
Muhammad preached. That's what Muhammad preached.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's gonna tell that. He's gonna tell that.
Allah. As much as it is important to remove the physical obstacles, which is the non-Islamic regimes, the occupying forces, the Republican Guard, which support those leaders in our own countries.
There you go. Republican Guard, non-Muslim regimes.
What do you think the timetable is for implementing Sharia in Great Britain? Do you feel like you're
Great Britain.
getting close?
I would point towards Tunisia and Egypt and these countries to show you how quickly things can change. It could be in a year or 5 years where people could be rejecting the kind of liberal democracy. They're unhappy because the basic needs are not being met. They're looking for alternatives, and revolutions happen very quickly. So I don't know how
like
quickly
Sharia and
the Sharia
jihad.
will
All
come.
right,
Perhaps
mate.
in 5 years, perhaps
Oh
in
yeah.
10 years.
Oh my god.
Demographically
No.
speaking, even within the next
Yeah, 'cause
15
you're
or
gonna have
20 years,
babies.
Islam
'Cause
could
you're gonna
be
have
the
babies.
major religion of countries like Britain and
Yeah,
Belgium
'cause
and
you are
France and these
reproducing.
other
Next
European
level.
nations, because of the rate at which people are reverting to Islam.
So basically,
No,
in 1 to 5
no.
years, in 1 to 5 years, they plan to implement Sharia in Britain. If you do not support Tommy, let me tell you this again. If you do not support Tommy right now, Britain will be Islamic Republic of Britain. So I don't care who you are. And I don't care whether you are Hindu or Buddhist or atheist or secular or Christian or whatever you are. If you do not support Tommy right now, you are going to have Sharia in Britain. And I'm not saying that. He just said that. Islamic scholars. So think about what you are supporting. Just think about it. Just know Islam. And we're gonna tell you what Sharia is in the next stream. There's so much to tell you guys over here. You guys have to go to my English channel, look at the Sharia streams. You have to go to my Urdu channel, look at the Sharia streams. Yeah, like so much I can expand, and it's going to take, like, seriously, I can speak for hours and hours, and I will tell you a new thing in every single minute, and it will not be the same, and I can speak for days, and I guarantee you it will be different because I have worked on at least 40 plus books cover to cover, and so many other books that I've just studied with the major points. I have so much data in my brain. I wish sometime there will be a time come that I can just download each and everything and put it into an AI, but that time is not here yet. Like, seriously speaking, if you go to the playlist, this is my channel
And
you're
these are,
showing.
by
So
the
if you
way,
go to the playlist,
oh, yeah,
go to the
yeah,
playlist. So if you go to the playlist, if you go to playlist and scroll down, there is a Sharia playlist there somewhere. Uh,
sure, Shreya and Fick.
yes, watch these videos. If somebody has not watched it, it's just, so you gotta watch these Sharia videos.
Hello, everyone.
Just pause
Okay,
that.
guys, look,
So
this
there,
is it. There's an entire playlist here of like part two development. Like, and I've done streams with Lloyd. Like, you know how hardcore he goes. So imagine the level of learning it through this. But yeah, Adam, do you want to
so
say
you have
you also have
Lloyd
your
and
Urdu
you have
channel, which you
me.
have, and you have so many other channels. What other channels do you have? You've got Adam Sika Hindi, Adam Sika
Adam
Urdu.
Seeker Urdu is one of the major channel that I work on. For the Yeah, I did not work on my English channel, Adam Seeker, which is the main channel, for almost a year and a half, and
Mm-hmm.
because I was focusing on my Urdu channel. Once I pushed it, reached it, then I came back to my English channel because I saw that the West is going down the drain faster than the Pakistan and India. So I had to come back into my English
Yeah,
channel. So this year I started, in March, I think I started to make one stream a week, and then I started to make two streams a week, and I came back to my English channel because, the West needs me as well, even though that I don't think that they need me, but I think that you hear the true voice, and I'm just doing my part. And I will ask all the 300 people who are watching us, like, are you doing your part? Are you doing your part? Please do your part. If you can't speak up, share our videos, share these videos. That's
absolutely.
it.
And I don't know who's lying to me, but like my eye symbol is showing 1,460. I don't know if these people are on X or if my actual technology is just lying to me. I don't know where that figure comes from. But anyway, whoever's watching, please subscribe to Adam Seeker English. If you had no idea that he ever spoke in English, this is the point of this stream. I wanted the English audience to know him a bit more. I know he's known in the Christian scene, but I wanted him to be known a bit more because, as you can probably tell, like, insane, like he is insane to speak to. Like, I didn't even get to the topics that we had to talk about because we have so much to just generally talk about, and we could probably go on for hours. Again, I feel so bad. I asked him for 2 hours of his time and I've taken double that. um what was I going to say? I'm so sorry, Adam. The last super chat we have is from Rasa, and then we're done. Rasa, thank you so much, and I'm sorry if we hurt your feelings at any point
He's a
during the
very old
stream.
subscriber of mine, supporter of mine, but I haven't seen him for some time. But yeah.
I see. Okay, so he's saying AP collabing with David Wood is celebrated by you guys, but you both were saying negative things about Hindus hijacking and all. That's naked, I guess you're trying to say, hypocrisy.
That's not negative
What?
hypocrisy. Go watch what I just said. and then go watch my early streams, Rasa. You need to understand there are good Muslims, then there are bad Muslims. Just like that, there are good Hindus and then there are bad Hindus. And if you think that each and every single Indian Hindu is a good Hindu, then you are a fool, my friend. And if you don't want to see the reality, man, you are living in a lie. Okay, not me. So go watch my early streams and you will see how this works. And I'm not talking about the general public. A lot of people supports me. A lot of Hindus support me. They love me. They love me to death. They will, I know a lot of people have said they will even die for me. They said that if a bullet comes to me, they will come in front. So you need to comprehend not everyone is equal. All five fingers are not the same. There are good Hindus and then there are bad Hindus. That's the reality of it. I'm not talking about from the scriptures of Hindus. I'm talking about the humans part right now. And that's the reality. If you don't believe it, fair enough. That's up to you. Live under a rock.
Thank you, Adam. And I agree. I think there's people in every caste, creed, religion who are, like that. And if anybody from that you think wants to come up against Adam, like, look at him. He's so open to challenges and stuff. Like, I don't know why anybody criticizes him. Just come up and confront him if you've got the guts. It's that simple, I guess. But yeah, I just want to end on, I guess, Artai's message. You guys should do this more often. Expose them, please. I think that's the mission here, and I think that's what we're gonna do. Because Adam, it was so fun talking to you today. It didn't even feel like this was, like an expose of Islam. It just felt like just fun, to be
Almost
honest.
5 hours. Wow, that is long for you, basically.
Yeah, this is like one of the longest I've done. People have commented. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, Adam. And let's do this again, okay? We'll be in touch via email.
Absolutely, absolutely. You take
Yaron
care
is
of
saying
yourself,
was amazing.
and I would thank each and everyone in the live stream watching. And if somebody got hurt because of what I said, I'm sorry about that. I'm just a human, and at the same time, I'm learning and understanding and adopting. When it comes to Islamic point of view, you can challenge me. I challenge each and everyone, whether he's a Hindu or a Muslim or Sikh. When it comes to Islamic scriptures, whatever I said, it is absolutely true. When I gave a point of view of mine and it is not backed up by Islamic scripture, it's just my point of view. You can challenge me on that, and I'm always open to listen to your point of view as well in my non-Muslim streams, not in my Saturday streams. All right, thank you so very much.
Yeah, guys, just respect the rules and he will respect you. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, can you imagine the frustration of I deliberately don't deal with debating Muslims in every single live stream because I would lose my mind. Like, my mental health would go, pfft. Like, I just don't think it's worth it. Adam is that foot soldier. He's doing that like pretty much day in, day out. So cut him some slack. And when it says non-Muslims, only join if you're a non-Muslim. Like, it's not that difficult. But yeah. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's listened. I don't know why it says 1,440 people. I don't know who you
Yeah,
are, but
on the X as well. So I was just looking
wow.
at the YouTube.
If you are that many people watching us between X and YouTube, then I salute you. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this chat. Yeah, and all these are saying, Adam, love your chat, bro. Adam, I think we definitely need to do this again. Yeah, this was just like a trailer for the masses. What do you say?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have to cover women rights, we have to cover jihad, we have to cover the Islamic invasion, we have to cover Sharia, and we have to cover a lot of stuff. So yes, we can do maybe a couple of streams every month, and
Yeah,
we
no,
will
for
just
sure.
try this
Because
through.
I don't go easy on them. You know how your complaint is that people go too easy. You finally found someone like I maybe I won't use the exact same words, but I'll kill them with kindness. Okay, trust me.
Kindness, okay, not my way.
No, but when I say kindness, it's like hardcore. Like it's not the kindest of kindness. Don't worry. Not when it comes to Islam. But anyway, Adam, thank you so much for your time again, and we will do this again because by popular demand. So thank you. Any final words? Otherwise, I'll end the stream.
Thank you so very much, everyone. Have a blessed day, evening, or night, wherever you are. Appreciate it. God bless you all.
Bye, guys. Take care.